Sport Scotland.
The Scottish Premiership.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
Good afternoon from Ibrox, from me, Thomas Duncan. Rangers hosting St Mirren in what is a big week here for Rangers. Trip to Aberdeen to come on Wednesday night, and then a League Cup semi-final next Sunday against Motherwell. Well, first things first for Philippe Clement's side, they need to try and recover from that damaging defeat at Rugby Park a week ago. They bounced back well on Thursday against FCSB, an emphatic victory, but it's back to domestic business and 3 points are a must. St Mirren could do with 3 points as well, mind you. Just one win in their last 11 in all competitions, 1 in 8 in the league, and they have a pretty woeful record here at Ibrox. No victory since 1991, and have failed to score on 10 of their last 11 visits here in Govan, and they don't come here in fine form. As I mentioned, last week's 4-0 win at Tynecastle, the worst performance under Stephen Robinson according to the manager himself. He wants to get back to basics and reset, so we'll see what that looks like this afternoon here at Ibrox as both teams line up and get ready for kick-off. Incidentally, if you missed the team news earlier, 4 changes for Rangers, and both James Tavernier and Cyril Dessers drop into the bench. There's no place in the squad for Suter and Lawrence. Suter being rested, and Lawrence has picked up an injury. So the Rangers 11 is Butland, Casanwiro at right back, Balogun and Robin Proper playing at centre back alongside one another for the first time. Jetti at left back, Barron, Raskan, Diamondi the midfield, Cherny and Bayrami on the flanks, and Igaman starting up top. And the game is underway as Balcom fires it forward for St Mirren, who have made a couple of changes themselves. Oisin Smith and Kevin Van Veen dropping out, and Bomono and Scott coming in as there's a free kick to Rangers for a little foul by Olasanya. I think the St Mirren 11, Balcom in goal, Fraser, Gogic, Dunn, Tanzer, Bomono, O'Hara, Phillips and Kiltie, and then Olasanya and Scott, 2 of the attackers up front. And alongside me is the former Rangers and St Mirren striker Stephen Thompson. And what are you expected from a bit of a different Rangers lineup?
Yeah, it is a different starting 11 for Rangers, but it's a home game, and their home form generally has been very, very good in the league, so it'll be a difficult day for St Mirren. As you rightly pointed out, last weekend's performance was nowhere near good enough. Slight change of shape, we were kind of discussing before the game if they're going to go a 4 or a 3, but it looks like they're a 3. And you'd expect St Mirren, having listened to Stephen Robinson's interviews, to be right at it today. Last week a wee bit passive, so they'll try and make it a frustrating afternoon for Rangers, but it's very difficult here at Ibrox, as you rightly point out. 1991 the last time St Mirren won here, so a difficult afternoon.
And that's referee Callum Scott blows the whistle for St Mirren free kick over on the far sides, and St Mirren just trying to get up the pitch, and Cherny, is it Tanzer that's down over there on the far side, but this will be a good opportunity for St Mirren early on. It's about 15 yards in from the halfway line, right on the touchline left hand side. So
I think he actually booked it. Was Ekman there? I think he booked him for a challenge. I think it might be on Charles Dunn. I didn't really see, it's the far end of the pitch from where we are, but I think he went in the book there. But you're right, yeah, a chance for St Mirren to load the box. Obviously they've got decent height in their squad, and I imagine this will be a big diagonal.
Yeah, Rangers holding a very high line well outside the penalty area, and Charles Dunn's coming across this near side because he went down injured, so he's getting a little look. Is there a cut above the eye or something? It looks like he's getting a magic sponge. So St Mirren with the free kick, but down to 10 players temporarily as Tanzer hoists this to the back post with the left foot, and there's a header off the Rangers player. It drops for Olasanyu, thumps it goalward, and it's blocked, and it is cleared by Rangers, and then Fraser's header goes out for a throw-in in front of Philippe Clement, the Rangers manager. But well, St Mirren did exactly what you said they would, Tomo.
Yeah, big diagonal. Killian Phillips wins it. It falls for Olasanya, and he actually hits it off of Gogic, who get in his way. But a wee half snippers of St Mirren early on.
Here's Conor Barron midway through his own half for Rangers as St Mirren tried to put pressure on, but Rangers have managed to play their way out. It's Czerny on the right hand side. He's driving towards the box, coming in on that left foot, gives it infield to Diamonde, back to Raskan, square for Barron. Barron over now to Casanguiro, now Czerny on the right hand side, and he smashes the cross well out of the pitch, and that was poor given the quality produced here on Thursday night.
Yeah, he had a really good game on Thursday evening. He's been kind of hot and cold as Czerny, but on Thursday night he took his goals ever so well. Really, really good performance from him, but that cross was not one of his best, that's for sure.
St Mirren on a run of 3 league defeats in a row, not lost 4 in a row since April 2022, just a couple of months after Stephen Robinson had taken charge. Completely different club, top 6 European football. It's been a tough start to the season as it goes long, and Balogun wins the header, and it's dropped for Tanzer though, left hand side, and he's curled one in. It's over a teammate, and it's out to the right hand side of Bomono, who stands it up to the back post, and Olasanya was in there, but Balogun flicks it away. Then Tanzer on the follow up, and he puts it into the side netting. Fantastic ball in from Bomono, and it was it was really good defending in the end from Balogun. It was Olasanya was trying to get the jump on him at the back post, but Balogun did ever so well to clear the danger. But bright start from St Mirren, really bright start, only 4 minutes in, but a couple of entries into the Rangers box. Yeah, goalless, but St Mirren a bit more like themselves in these very early stages, as it's tried to play down the touchline for Rangers, but it evades Czerny and goes out for a throw-in on the far side. It's up the line by Dunn, allowed to bounce. Casanguiro heads it up, and Raskan hooks it forward. Gogic's header, Kiltie backwards, and it's picked off by Diamonde, who gets his body in front of Gogic, goes down, then tries to take the free kick quickly, and it's intercepted by Gogic. It was a bit rushed from Diamonde, and he would have had a free kick in a decent position as Olasanya chases, and then is he giving away the foul on Balogun there? And the referee says no, it'll be a Ranger Mirren throw-in. In fact,
must have come off Balogun. It looked strange, didn't it? I thought it was a foul actually for Rangers. Balogun kind of barged into the back by Olasanya, but the referee's giving it to St Mirren.
Yeah, he was almost like too quick for him, but then rather than going round, he seemed to run into the back. But it's no free kick. St Mirren throw just about in line with the Rangers penalty area, and Killian Phillips is drying the ball with his shirt, and he's going to absolutely launch this into the Rangers box. No, he isn't. He goes back and short to Charles Dunn, who helps it into the penalty area. Balogun wins the header. It drops for Tanzer, who flicks it back with a head to Fraser, who puts it up into the air. Phillips goes after it, controls it well, gets it away from Czerny to Tanzer. Tanzer to Phillips, puts the head down and goes down the left touchline into the edge of the area. Balogun's there, and Olasanya tries to make a nuisance of himself, but he's over eager and bundles Balogun to the deck, and that will be a free kick, 0-0.
Yeah, I don't think there's any arguments there. It was a poor ball in from Tanzer, and Olasanya just barging into the back of Balogun, not for the first time in the game.
No, he looks up for it to Olasanya, but he's sometimes so quick, I just don't know if he can stop in time.
Aye.
Here come Rangers, halfway line. It's back to Balogun. St Mirren will be looking to test Proper and Balogun. Proper did not have a good day at Rugby Park last week, on the bench on Thursday night, and Suter has played every minute of this season, not in the squad today, so it's a fresh pairing for Rangers at centre back as St Mirren get a throw in down near the corner flag on this near side. Yeah, and St Mirren at their best are certainly a team that can test you as a centre back.
Yeah, absolutely. Another opportunity for a long throw. It's something that St Mirren regularly do. Killian Phillips again out on this right hand side this time. They do have good height in their squad.
It's going to be Phillips. He doesn't have a short option this time, so I think this time it will go into the penalty area. It does, towards the near post. Proper gets up, wins the header, sent back in by Fraser, and Proper sends it out again, drops for Egaman, and he plays it to Jefte. Heavy touch and a sliding challenge from Bomono, puts it out for a throw on this near side. But I think Stephen Robinson will be really happy with the opening 7.5 minutes, just in terms of that intensity he's after.
There's no doubt about it. You can see the players are very much up for it, the St Mirren players. It's not been a great start from Rangers, but St Mirren snapping into every challenge.
And Egaman's just headed that straight in the park as he tried to return it to Jefte. Just a bit rusty, a bit sluggish Rangers in this opening 8 minutes, goalless at the moment.
Yeah, it's not been a good start from Rangers. Another chance again for St Mirren to load the box with a long throw.
Yeah, Phillips capable of great distance with these cannon throws as he lines another one up here and flings it towards the near post of Jack Butland. Won by Proper again though. Touch towards the byline from St Mirren. Breaks for Raskan and now Jefte, and they're playing their way out down the left, but Bayrami is swarmed. It goes backwards and then the clearance isn't great, and O'Hara intercepts. It's on the edge of the Rangers box and Connor Barron boots it up to the halfway line. Gogic sends it back. Jefte returns. All a bit scrappy at the moment as Gogic heads forward. Raskan controls in the chest, but he didn't see Greg Kilty, who's picked it away, and then it's a bind for Toyosi Olasanya. He's into the Rangers box. Olasanya with Ballin to beat, and he puts it wide of the far post. What an opportunity for St Mirren to take the lead here at Ibrox.
I mean, honestly, you're not going to get a better chance at Ibrox than that. He just snatched at the shot. It was poor defending from Rangers. Olasanya in behind the back four after the header comes through. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, slight angle, but you've got to hit the target. The one thing you cannot do is miss the target. You've got to either make the goalkeeper make a save, but honestly, just dragged it into the ground past the post. What an opportunity for St Mirren.
I thought he narrowed the angle too much, Tom.
He took an extra touch, yeah. Probably didn't need that extra touch. You're right, yeah, but even still, I mean, got a whole goal to hit, just hit the target, make the goalkeeper make a save. It was a snatched finish, and that's the thing with Olasanya, you know, you talked about his pace, but when he gets in front of goal, he's got a lack of composure.
Yeah, does have 6 goals this season, 4 in the league, but you wouldn't describe him as a clinical player. And he has got real strengths, and Rangers completely undone at the back there, just was scrappy and went in behind, and Olasanya should have done better, and then it was again put out the park on the far side by Rangers. So St Mirren have another throw in, and most of the game in the opening 10 minutes has been played in Rangers half.
It has, it's incredible. You know, normally when you come to Ibrox playing for St Mirren, you don't have a lot of the ball.
It breaks for Igamani though here towards the centre circle. Now Raskan out to Jefte, lets it run across his body and then squeezes it up the line. Igamani's made the run, he's played it off Fraser, and has that come back off Igamani? It has, and it'll be a St Mirren throw in. And this is a big afternoon for Hamza Igaman as well, just his second Rangers start. He obviously got that first goal here on Thursday night, Tomo.
Yeah, it was a good finish from him. He is very raw, a project in the working for Rangers, but he has got loads of potential. He's been a wee bit slack so far, only 10 minutes in, but a couple of times he's had it. It's just a couple of kind of poor touches, not really linking the play.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, Rangers have rested Dessers and Tavernier for this afternoon's match. Both of them on the bench. Casanwiro had his first league start at right back, having started in the Europa League at left back against Malmo and done well. So here's Balogun at the back for Rangers. Doesn't find a way through, and it's just a bit pedestrian from the home side at the moment. Here is Robin Proper coming up the left-hand side in his own half, and he's put a low ball straight down the throat of Marcus Fraser, but he's touched it to Igaman. Then Cherny, who tries to fizz it in behind for Bayrami, but he's overhit that, and it's just loose from Rangers.
That's exactly the word. Really, really slack from Rangers this opening spell in the game. Lots of giving away possession, poor passes, poor touches, allowing St Mirren to settle into the game.
Well, we've nearly played 12 minutes, it's goalless here at Ibrox. Connor Barron stabs it backwards. Balogun will go after it and goes back to Jack Butland in the Rangers goal. Incidentally, goalless at Fir Park between Motherwell and Celtic. Keep you abreast of that one. And there's live commentary, should you wish, of that one over on BBC Radio Scotland FM on Sounds.
Don't be giving them that option, Thomas, for goodness sake.
Just in case there's
You're
any...
doing yourself there.
Just in case there's any Celtic fans just tuning in and wondering where they can find it. A public service, Tomo.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, we're here at Ibrox, and it's back to Butland, who touches it onto the right foot and gives it across to Casanwiro. Controls on the right touchline, looks up, chips one forward. Diamonde's made a run, and he's made a good touch, right hand corner of the box. He's shot early, but he's dragged it well wide of the target, and Bayrami's gone after it, and he's going to keep this in. He's got Bomono in front of him, right on the edge of the area. He's in the penalty area now. Plays it back to the edge, and there's a strike from Raskan, deflected, and Balcom saves, and it's stuck in by Diamonde from close range. Rangers take the lead. St Mirren look for an offside flag. It's not gone up. And Mohamed Diamonde celebrates. And Rangers, having been slacking loose in this opening 12 minutes, hit the front through their first attack of real substance. And it is Rangers 1, St Mirren 0.
It's really come out of absolutely nowhere, that, for Rangers. The shot from Raskin, he did look offside. The shot from Raskin kind of fumbled, if you like. It took a wee nick in the way through by Balcom. It falls to Diamande. He's got the simplest of tasks to pop it home. He looked offside when the ball fell to him, but whether or not he'd come from an onside position into that position, I don't know. It has been checked by VAR. We'll wait and see. But really, Rangers, I mean, you're right, pretty much their first attack in the game, and St Mirren find themselves 1-0 down.
They are checking for a potential offsides. Mohamed Diamonde popped up right in the 6-yard box, and the goal is awarded for Rangers. So that is a sickener for St Mirren, having made a bright start. Rangers forward, Raskin shot, cannoned off the defender. Balcom made the save, and Diamonde just sticks it in for his first goal of the season.
St Mirren couldn't have made a better start to the game either, you know.
Apart from Olasanya scoring.
Well, this is it, yeah. I mean, that's just the difference, isn't it? Olasanya goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper, doesn't hit the target. Rangers in their first attack get a kind of bit of luck with a deflection. Balcom spills it, and then Diomande's first to react.
And it is Rangers 1, St Mirren 0. Raskin heads it forward to Diamonde, flicks it towards Czerny, but Scott Tanzer's there. Gives it to Charles Dunn, who sends it down the left touchline, bounces it out, and well, I think it's exactly the tonic Rangers needed, and certainly these home fans needed, because the groans were growing louder and louder as their side made a indifferent, to be generous, start, but they've been clinical when it counted. Unlike St Mirren, when Olasanya was in behind the Rangers defence, he put it wide of the target, and up the other end, one chance, really one goal. St Mirren have the throw-in over on the far side, and Killian Phillips likes to take his time with these, and he's about midway through the Rangers half, so it's a long way. He lines up, flings it in, O'Hara flicks it on, it's flicked again towards a penalty spot, and then Rangers get it away towards O'Hara, and it's eventually cleared by Casanwiro. Igaman goes after it and can't keep it in, so it's St Mirren throwing over on the far side, and Stephen Robinson out on the edge of his technical area, just trying to give some instructions, and he'll just want his team not to get downhearted by that goal, because
I know, it's so frustrating for him, you know, in terms of coming to Ibrox in the opening 10-12 minutes. St Mirren have been the better team.
Olasanya making a run in behind, this time Balogun just gets it back to Jack Butland, but that's the thing, having Olasanya up there, Tomo, is that a few times, you know, you think he's not there, and then all of a sudden he just appears at your shoulder.
He is so quick. He makes a good run there, the ball probably just a metre too short for him, manages to skip through to Butland, but he gives you that option of going over the top because of his pace.
Rangers looking to close back to 6 points behind Aberdeen ahead of Wednesday's visit to Pittodrie. We'll have live coverage, live commentary of that game on Wednesday night, a huge one. And Rangers, in terms of the scoreline, have made a good start here against St Mirren. Diamonde's goal after 13 minutes is the difference, as Phillips controls it and does an overhead kick clearance up over halfway, and it's missed by Proper, and Olasanya's touching it towards the box. Balogun gets back in and does brilliantly to get a foot in to deny another chance for Toyosi Olasanya, but Robin Proper there, what is he doing, Tomo?
Really poor from Proper, really poor. Again, Olasanya, I don't know why with his pace he doesn't just take the ball forward. He's kind of in a one-on-one situation almost, but it wants to check back in, which allows Balogun the time to make the challenge. Just keep going on your right-hand side and get a shot away. But yeah, I mean, Rangers, I mean, that was so poor defensively, it was unbelievable.
St Mirren trailing by a goal to nil here on Sports Sounds. Balcom takes an extra touch there and almost showed too much of it to Diamonde. Bayrami's kept that in midway through the St Mirren half. Shefty then looks for Diamonde, but he was in an offside position, trying to get back onside and not on the same wavelength as his teammate, and it goes through to Ellery Balcom, who will be a bit disappointed because he actually did well to react to the deflected shot from Raskin that led to the goal, and it's sent forward now by St Mirren, and Proper watched it all the way, and this time nods it into the gloves of Jack Butland. 1-0 Rangers here, still goalless at Fir Park, where it's Motherwell against Celtic. We've brought you coverage of the Edinburgh derby at Easter Road earlier. Hibernian 1, Hearts 1, and it's back from Proper to Butland, the Rangers goalkeeper. Rangers have been quite good defensively domestically this season. 7 clean sheets in all their 10 domestic games. Proper square to Balogun. Balogun up to Casanwiro towards the halfway line. Thinks about going for a run, but checks back and returns it to Balogun, who goes back to Jack Butland, the goalkeeper. And St Mirren doing quite a good job of keeping Rangers from going forward early, but then that's a big diagonal that's flicked up to Egaman, and now Czerny on the halfway line, shimmying. Goes backwards to Casanwiro. Then Balogun up to Raskan. And then Proper to Barron. Barron up to Jefty on the halfway line. It's closely pursued by Elvis Bomono. And St Mirren just trying to get right up on top, and that's a almost under hit pass, which Kilty was looking to get on the end of. But Jack Butland was able to get there.
Yeah, he doesn't see Kilty out the corner of his eye, does he?
No, definitely not.
But Rangers is so flat, and the stadium's actually flat as well. I mean, you know, Thursday's performance was a really good performance. The manager's made 4 changes trying to freshen up the team, but this is a poor performance from Rangers. I know they're 1 goal up, but really slack and laboured.
I was at Rugby Park last week, and it's very similar. Just a lot of touches at the back, a lot of backwards passes. He got credit St Mirren for that to an extent, but
yeah, well, I mean, I think Rangers are far better when they're playing against a team that comes at them, and they struggle when a team's set up in a good shape to break them down at times.
And they come down the right hand side. Casanwiro in from the touchline, low cross towards Egaman at the front post. Alex Gogic slides in, and it's out for a Rangers corner on the far side. That was better from Rangers, getting the ball down the right flank and stretching St Mirren a bit.
Yeah, Casemiro does well down the right hand side, flashes in an early cross, man making the front post run, but it's well marshalled by Gogic. Corner kick to defend now.
And we hit 20 minutes at Ibrox. It's Rangers 1, St Mirren 0. Corner is short from Czerny to Bayrami. Czerny on the right hand side, and he chips one in over the penalty spot, and Gogic is there to head it away out to this near side. Connor Barron will retrieve it, shifts it onto the right foot, looks for the inside ball to Proper, but he is under pressure from Fraser and puts it out for St Mirren throw in on this near side. St Mirren, I mentioned, no win here at Ibrox since 1991 when they won 1-0 under Davy Hay. Only managed to score a goal on one of their last 11 visits. That was a 5-2 loss here in April 2023. I was here for that one, and Mark O'Hara scored a screamer.
Yeah, it was some goal, that.
And a slip through to Egaman for Rangers. Charles Dunn gets back and pokes it away from the Rangers striker, and the offside flag goes up anyway.
Yeah, you can see he was a yard offside, the young striker. Linesman doing the usual nowadays, which we've gotten used to by not flagging whenever they can see it was off, and then waits the customary 5 seconds and then puts the flag up.
1-0 Rangers here, 21 played at Ibrox. And Ellery Balcom, the St Mirren goalkeeper, who's had one bit of business to attend to. When he saved Raskin's deflected shot, it fell to Diamondi, who poked it in from 6 yards out, and that's the difference between the sides. Tanzer on the left hand side of the Rangers box for St Mirren, cross into the near post, but it's too close to the goalkeeper Jack Butland. St Mirren will be gently encouraged despite the scoreline as Butland bowls it out to Raskan, playing again in the Rangers midfield tonight.
He was very good actually on Thursday night. Raskin and Barron put in a power of work on Thursday, both of them really impressive. Not quite so much today.
Had such a bright start to his Rangers career when he signed in that January, but not seen too much from him since. And that's played again, a loose pass out the pitch, and St Mirren will have a throw in line with the edge of their own box. You're listening to Sports Sound live on BBC Radio Scotland Extra, on medium wave digital and on Sounds. The final 2 games taking place at the Premiership weekend. Goalless at Fir Park between Motherwell and Celtic. Rangers a goal to the good here against St Mirren as Casanwiro plays it back to Jack Butland, who side foots it to Robin Proper. Proper to Barron, who turns and slides it to Jefty on the left hand side. Jefty into Barron, and that's a bit of a heavy touch, but he's got space to work with. Prods it to Diamondi, then St Mirren win it, and O'Hara, but Barron gets back in. It's a brilliant challenge for Connor Barron, and then Václav Czerny knocks it to Casanwiro, and Egaman's pulled out to the right hand side. He's moving towards the corner of the box, gives it to Casanwiro. Now Barron back the way, square for Raskan, midway through the Saints half. And it's rolled to Jefte on the left, into Bayrami, in towards Diamonde. Marcus Fraser gets a foot in, but Diamonde has it again, moving back towards his own goal, passes it back over the halfway line, and Cropper's going to send it back to Jack Butland. I'm just thinking, Hamza Igaman, he often finds himself out on the right-hand side.
He drifts a lot, doesn't he?
And Rangers don't have anyone in the box to just put a cross in when he's in that position.
Yeah, you're right. He likes to wander about, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel Rangers, and I mentioned it to Richard, they don't have an awful lot of options. Oh, that's a poor pass.
That's dreadful from Raskan, who's complaining about it to Diamonde, and it went to Bomono, and then Diamonde's given away the free kick, but Rangers just almost bafflingly slack in this opening quarter, despite their lead.
This is the thing, you know, they've had one effort and goal, and it's led to a goal almost fortuitously, but they have been so poor that you can just feel the stadium as well. It's really, really flat.
Yeah, it is, but at the moment, Rangers a goal to the good. St Mirren free kick though, about 10 yards over the halfway line on this near side, and Mark O'Hara and Tanzer are over it. And it looks like it's going to be the right foot of O'Hara to send it to the back post. It's high. Fraser gets up and he's claiming that that's a corner kick, and he's going to get it. And Stephen Robinson applauds that. It's exactly what he's after, as they get the set piece.
Yeah, I mean, St Mirren usually from set plays are dangerous. It was another kind of diagonal ball to the back post. Fraser gets up. I think he wins the header. I'm not sure whether it came off Raskin or not. Raskin didn't think so, but St Mirren won't be complaining. They've got the corner. Mark O'Hara swing this one in.
Mark O'Hara over on the far side in front of the Sandy Jardine stand. And he puts the arms up, and the St Mirren captain gets ready to put this into a 6-yard box by the look of it. Here he comes, right-footed, curled right on top of the goalkeeper. Gogic's header, and Gogic plants it in the bottom corner. And St Mirren, deservedly you have to say, draw level at Ibrox. It is Rangers 1, St Mirren 1.
Well, the delivery is absolutely superb from Mark O'Hara, right into the middle of the 6-yard box. Gogic is there, gets a glancing header down into the bottom corner. It is going to be checked. I don't know, Jack Butland seems to be out at the referee here, thinking he was fouled. I was kind of following the ball, so I don't know if somebody was obstructing him. But you're right, I mean, St Mirren, there's no more than they deserve if this goal stands. It will be getting checked as we speak.
Yeah, they're checking for a potential foul. VAR is Greg Aitken, one of the specialist VARs. Referee today is Callum Scott, so there'll be a conversation here between the officials. But it's one of those things where you could see Stephen Robinson applauding winning that corner kick, and that's exactly why.
Yeah, they're a real threat. I mean, you know, Gogic is such a aggressive headerer of the ball. It's all about the delivery, and when the delivery comes in, goal stands.
Yeah, the goal is given, so no foul is the verdict.
Well, I mean, St Mirren they didn't deserve to be 1-0 down in this match for sure. They've got themselves back into it, and really Rangers, you have to say, it's been an incredibly disappointing performance so far, but for St Mirren's point of view, really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Right in the dangerous area, Gogic rose highest, and really powerful header down into the bottom corner. He couldn't really miss, to be fair, but had to do it nonetheless, and he heads it forward now, the separate defender. And Rangers fans furious at their team's lackadaisical start to this game. 27 played, Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. Phillips up to Kilty now. O'Hara, square for Tanzer on the left hand side. Tanzer goes back to Charles Dunn. Diamonde's closing the defender down, and he's giving it away to Czerny, who can go down the right hand side now for Rangers. Czerny, good feet, drags it forward and crosses into the box. It's cut out by Gogic, and then O'Hara lashes it forward. Balogun controls on the halfway line for Rangers, gives it to Casanwiro, and then Czerny on the touchline midway through the St Mirren half, and his pass is off Tanzer, and then Tanzer keeps it in and goes backwards into the box, and the goalkeeper Balcom comes out and boots it out on the far side. But Stephen Robinson will be absolutely thrilled that his team have got their just deserves so far.
It will be. St Mirren have been very, very good in the game so far, and for Rangers, you know, you look at their performance last weekend against Kilmarnock, flat, not good enough, and then they go and raise their levels midweek. But this is again another really disjointed, flat performance from Rangers.
And just as Alex Gogic was heading in that equaliser, Luke McCowan was putting Celtic 1-0 up at Motherwell. So big moments in the Scottish Premiership, and St Mirren are forward. James Scott tries to control it on the right hand side of the box for St Mirren. His touch was a bit heavy, it was a difficult one to take, and Rangers defend the situation. Here's Diamonde midway through his own half, and look for the switch out to Czerny, but it's poor, and Tanzer heads it away, and it'll be out for a throw in on the far side. But you've mentioned it a couple of times, Tom, and it's true. You know, the fans are big performance on Thursday night for Rangers.
Yep.
You know, a response from the Rugby Park debacle. They're looking for something to get behind, and they come out and the team's just not giving them anything to really shout about, although that's good. Up the left hand side from Bayrami as he tries to nicks away from one tackler, and it's now with Barron in the centre circle. Play spread to Václav Czerny on the right hand side. He's moving towards the corner of the box, and on that left foot then tries the reverse pass to Casanwiro, and then it's played into the box, and then it's touched under the crossbar by Balcom. He said he didn't touch it. Come off the woodwork, and it's behind for a goal kick.
It can't be what he was meaning to do. I think he was trying to just fire a cross in, but it was an incredible effort if he did mean it. Just clips the top of the bar from that angle. I mean, it surely had to be a cross, but
yeah, I think he was just trying to put it into a dangerous
so.
area, and Balcom, I don't know if he deliberately left it, but if he did, he was extremely lucky. But it's come back off the woodwork. Unfortunately, from a St Mirren point of view, he's gone behind for a goal kick. So it remains Rangers 1, St Mirren 1 as we approach the half-hour mark here at Ibrox. Balcom long with the right boot. It's up into the Glasgow sky, and Proper watches it and heads it towards the halfway line. Tanzer wins it, and then it drops for Igaman, and it's St Mirren who get it back and try and play forward. Jefte in the way this time, and it's another St Mirren throw-in on this near side. And I'm intrigued to see just how far Killian Phillips can throw it, Tomo.
He's not taking this one, it's too far. Marcus Fraser's going to take this. It'll go to Phillips right enough just now. Should do anyway.
Gogic is there as well. Philippe Clement right behind the thrower. Rangers manager on the edge of his technical area, trying to coax some life from his team, but Rangers have it. Barron outside of the boot past the Balogun, and he spread the play nicely to Casanwiro, who's opening up the legs and striding over the halfway line. Grass in front of him. St Mirren get back into shape. It's with Czerny now right on the touchline on the far side. Back to Conor Barron, and then Raskan slides it to Casanwiro on the far side, but it's intercepted again by St Mirren, and a throw in on the far side.
Predictable, isn't it, from Rangers? You know, there's no zip to the play. The passing's slow. It's most often going sideways or back. It's just really poor.
Jefte in his own half. His manager signalling for him to pass forward. He drives forward and does well to hold off tackler, and it's spread to Casanwiro, playing it right back in place of James Tavernier. Low cross, Gogic deflected up by Rami at the back post, and he's put it into the side netting. Big chance for Rangers.
I mean, the cross comes in, Gogic has got to deal with it. He doesn't, he slashes at it, it falls to Bayrami, unmarked at the back post. I mean, it's a tight angle, but again, much like Alyasanya's effort early in the game, you have got to hit the target there. Puts it into the side net, and that is a glaring miss. Again, though, it comes from a kind of St Mirren error, if you like. The cross in should have been dealt with. Gogic knows that himself.
Yeah, he's been a pillar of St Mirren's strength, Alex Gogic, and he's got the equaliser here. This is his 51st start in a row for the Paisley side, as it's played forward towards Olasanya, who's going to get there ahead of Proper. He heads it up in the air, and Proper's matching him stride for stride now. Olasanya keeps it in right on the byline. He's forced towards a corner flag. He needs a hand, but Jefte comes across Proper, and they stab it out for a St Mirren throw in next to the corner flag on this near side.
He did well there, Olasanya, again showing his pace and strength. He was second favourite to win that ball, but gets his body in front of Proper and earns St Mirren a throw in, which you know where it's going.
Yep, Killian Phillips drying the ball as I speak, and he's assessing his options. Bomono's in there, and it's going towards Bomono. Over him though, Proper's header, Kilty on the edge, chests it down and goes for goal, but it's well wide of Butland's left-hand post. 1-1 at Ibrox between Rangers and St Mirren.
Yeah, he's got every right to hit the shot there. Greg Kilty took it nicely down in his chest. It was always going to be difficult technique to get it on target or get any pace on it. He just goes a couple of metres past the goalkeeper's left-hand post.
Raskan pass pops up for Jefte, who's over the halfway line, driving into St Mirren territory. Gives it to Bayrami on the left-hand side. Bayrami for Jefte. Pass blocked by Phillips, who Rangers get on with it from the throw into the feet of Raskan. Raskan turns away from James Scott, really nice from Raskan. Then he's going to cross it with a left foot, dangerous ball, but it's dealt with by Charles Dunn. Igamani was in there, and then Proper has it, goes backwards to Balogun, who takes a touch with the right foot. It's not the best touch, and he reverses it back out to Jack Butland with Greg Kilty hot on his heels. And here's Connor Barron, an ever-present really for Rangers. Started every game apart from the St Johnstone one here before the international break, and even that one he came on at half-time. As it's played forward, but it's slack again and easy for Gogic to deal with. Now here's Killian Phillips for St Mirren over the halfway line. That's poor. Straight to Robin Proper. Olasanya was a good 7 or 8 yards infield from where that ball was delivered. Raskan looks for the ball over the top. Igamani's made the run, gets on the chest, but Charles Dunn's there, gets a boot on it, and he goes across Dunn. Can't prevent the throw in, and it's Bayrami who's going to take it quickly to the feet of Igaman. Igaman back for Jefte. Jefte infield to Raskan, middle of St Mirren's half. Pursued by Phillips. Has to go backwards to Balogun. Balogun with the right foot along the grass to Barron on the right hand side. Barron for Czerny. Czerny forced backwards by Tanzer. Then Barron again, then Balogun. Balogun for Raskan in the centre circle. Good forward pass from Raskan to Casanwiro. Casanwiro for Czerny on the right hand side. He's got Tanzer in front. Cross comes to Igaman on the edge of the box. Backwards to Raskan, whose shot ended up leading to the opening goal for Rangers. But St Mirren have since equalised. And here's Casanwiro, comes in, shot on the left foot is blocked. Jefte has it. Goes backwards to Balogun, right on the halfway line, middle of the pitch, square for Proper. Now Jefte on the left-hand side, James Scott in front of him, into Diamonde, the Rangers goal scorer. Raskan with the right foot to Czerny. Czerny, he's infield and he's driving towards the edge of the box. It's brilliant from Václav Czerny. Low shot straight at Balcom, but it's good intent from the Rangers winger. Still 1-1.
Yeah, really good play from Czerny. The first time he's really done that in the game so far. Receives the ball centrally, drives at St Mirren's defence, goes past Tanzer, gets to about 22 yards out. He's quite right to take the shot on, but hits it okay, but straight at Balcom in the St Mirren goal. He wasn't going to spill that one.
Yeah, that goal from Mohamed Diamande is only Rangers 13th in the league in their, well, 8 and a bit games so far. It's well below what you would expect from a Rangers side. It's forwards as St Mirren try and put the pressure on, and it's a free kick, or it's he blown for the St Mirren free kick there for the foul on Olasanya.
Yeah, he just caught a flailing arm from Proper. I mean, I don't think there was much in it, but the referee should have stopped the game quicker than he did. I felt he let it go a wee bit. The physios are on and the doctor allowed to see Olasanya, but I don't think Robert Proper's meant it. He's just caught him a wee bit across the face with an arm. Stephen Robinson again gathering all the players in just now, giving them information.
Is Deed Olasanya getting some treatment? 1-1 here. 1-0 to Celtic at Fir Park against Motherwell. Loads to come on the BBC this week. Sports Scene tonight, 7:15. Highlights of this game, Celtic Motherwell and Edinburgh Derby, plus the best of yesterday's action, 7:15. The BBC Scotland channel, and repeated at 20 to midnight on BBC One and iPlayer thereafter. European Championship playoff action, Scotland's women against Hungary's second leg at Easter Roads. They're leading 1-0 from the first leg over in Hungary. And that's on BBC Scotland for 7:15. Also radio coverage on Sportsound from 7. Wednesday full card, huge night in the Premiership. Featured commentary, Aberdeen against Rangers at Pittodrie. Open all mics as well. We'll have online only commentary of Celtic against Dundee, and then week rounds off with Friday night Championship action, Wraith Rovers against Ayr United. All that to come on BBC Sports Scotland this week.
Pedro Martinez Losa is very confident about winning that second game. Did you read his quote? I couldn't believe it. There's absolutely no way we don't win the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about putting the pressure on the players.
Goes straight on the wall in the Hungary changing room. He's put himself under P there.
Yeah, I'm commentating on that one on the telly on Tuesday night. Looking forward to a huge game for Scotland.
Massive game.
Because they look like they're probably, they've faced Finland or Montenegro. Looks like Finland at the moment. They're leading from the first leg in the playoff final for the chance to get to Euro 2025 next summer. They've missed the last couple of major tournaments, so imperative they get back to.
Well, but if you listen to the manager, it's done and dusted.
Well, we shall see. as we get on with things here at Ibrox after that lengthy delay for Toyose Olasanya's treatment. It's Rangers 1, St Mirren 1, 38 played. Diamonde's opener for Rangers on 13, and Alex Gogic on 26 minutes heading St Mirren level. And it's Leon Balogun, the Rangers centre back, squares it for Robin Proper. Proper, a couple of steps forwards, and then gives it to Connor Barron. And Raskan, outside pass to the right back area where Balogun is, gives it forward to Casanwiro. Ball down the flank, which Diamonde will chase, as will some two St Mirren players, including Gogic, and it's out for a goal kick. And Rangers, yeah, it's not been effervescent stuff from the home side.
It's been far from entertaining from Rangers, not what the fans are expected to see when they come here, especially after the great performance on Thursday evening in the Europa League. This has been quite the opposite, very reminiscent, as you said, of last Sunday's performance. The energy levels not there, but you've got to credit St Mirren. St Mirren are making it really difficult for Rangers, closing them down at every opportunity. They've got a good shape, they look organised. Rangers finding it hard to break through them.
Yeah, this is the St Mirren of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, this is more like it.
We've not seen for quite a few weeks now. 1 win in 11. As here's Czerny in the centre circle for Rangers. Comes across the pitch and rolls it to Jefte right on the touchline. James Scott's backtracking, good inside ball for Igamani, who works onto the right foot, then slips it to Czerny right on the edge, but he's not got much room to work with, and Alex Gogic makes the tackle. O'Hara has it, plays it back to Marcus Fraser, who takes a touch inside the box and eventually shifts it away. Jefte controls on the chest, the pass is blocked by Scott, breaks for Jefte. Olasanya's won it though, and he's being held really by Robin Proper around the neck, and yeah, the referee took a while to blow the whistle there, and then there's a bit of afters as well.
I mean, they've both had a good wrestle throughout the match, but Robin Proper had him in a chokehold there for about 2 or 3 seconds. Probably lucky not to get a booking there in the end. The referee kind of diffuses the situation. Olisanya did well not to react. I'm not sure I would have been quite so placid, given he was in a headlock.
Yeah, I don't know if the referee was unsighted because he was stooping into Robin Proper and he was at the back of the Rangers defender, but certainly as clear a free kick as you'll see, and Marcus Fraser has it just in his own half and he pings it towards the Rangers box. Won by Balogun, drops for Czerny, who plays it towards the right hand touchline, and Raskan, who chips it forward, and a little nudge from Dunn there on Eagleman, and the Rangers fans feel that was a foul. The referee disagrees as it's played back to Ellery Balcom.
He's got to be stronger, Eagleman there. I mean, yeah, there's a wee nudge from Charles Dunn, who's a big old unit, but Eagleman's got to use his body better.
1-1 here at Ibrox between Rangers and St Mirren. We've played 41 minutes. There will be a fair bit of added after that Olasanya injury and also the VAR checks we had for both goals. It's played back to Balogun, right hand side of his own box, then to Butland, who goes forward. Diamonde controls it on the chest, then the boots, but O'Hara's won it off him. He wants a foul, Diamonde. I didn't see one myself, and on we go. Phillips, then Gogic, Phillips, O'Hara. That's nicely worked out to the right for Bomono, who tries to find Scott up the touchline, but Jefte blocks it. Philippe Clement prowling the touchline, shouting the instructions. He can't be happy with what he's seen.
Absolutely not.
And St Mirren with a throw in halfway up the Rangers half. Marcus Fraser flicks it into his hands and gets ready to take it, and he's going to throw it down the touchline. James Scott is in front of Jefte. Jefte jumps, misses it. Olasanya's going to get there again. There's an arm in the back from Proper, marshalling Olasanya closely, and it's Jefte who comes back and helps him out and puts out for another throw-in. But St Mirren, I like these throw-ins.
They do, yeah. Proper's all over Olasanya, isn't he? Every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, he was completely out-muscled by Kyle Vassell last week at Rugby Park, and he's probably just conscious he's trying to put himself about and just make sure Olasanya knows he's there, which he certainly will after the last couple of minutes, as Phillips throws it to the near post. Rangers head it into the ground, and then it sits up for Diamonde to clear. Dunn heads it back to the edge of the Rangers box. Proper's header straight to Killian Phillips, who puts it up into the edge of the 6-yard box, forces Butland to come and collect, which he does commandingly, and rolls it to Neresho Casanwiro, and now Czerny in his own half, and he goes long for Casanwiro. Dunn will let that bounce and then plays it off the Rangers midfielder, or a right back as you'd say, and it goes out for a throw in on the far side. Still Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. We've played just about 43 minutes here at Ibrox.
Stephen Robinson will be absolutely delighted with his team's performance in this first half. You know, Rangers really only effort and goal, apart from one by Rami, put into the side net, and what was the goal? The deflected shot and spilled by the goalkeeper. But St Mirren, I've probably asked more questions of Rangers than Rangers have of St Mirren in the games here at Ibrox, so big questions for Philippe Clement at half time in his changing room. Stephen Robinson will be absolutely delighted.
1-1 it is as we approach the break. Balogun at the back for Rangers, gives it forward to Rascan, who goes outside to Casanwiro, starting in place of James Tavernier this afternoon for Rangers, who's on the bench, the captain. Here's Rascan over the halfway line to Diamonde. Diamonde square for Connor Barron, just over halfway, then right-footed pass from Barron to Jefte on the left-hand side. Infield ball to Bayrami. Jinking and trying to get away from Fraser, and he's scooped up a pass, a kind of nothing pass, but it's caused a bit of havoc in fairness, and Igamani's trying to turn on the edge of the box. Dunn gets a challenge in, it breaks to the edge, and it's now with Czerny trying to work up to the right foot, then back on the left, then on the right, back towards the byline, low cross blocked, and Czerny then lets it run out for a corner on the far side.
Yeah, he probably did one check too many there. You know, it looked as though he was going to get a shot off. Does the wee chop. St Mirren players get back in shape. He looks as though he's going to shoot again, chops again. I think by the fourth chop he'd run out of space, but wins the corner. Too
many checks from the Czech.
Good, Thomas, good.
And Václav Czerny takes this corner and he goes short. And then it's fired in low. Cleared at the near post comfortably by Dunn. Bounces, and Rascan's small and has to awkwardly just head it out next to the halfway line, and St Mirren will take that, and Greg Kilty is at it there. He's trying to take the throw in that went out on the halfway line about 10 yards into the Rangers.
More than 10,
yes.
The referee raised it, yeah.
That was ambitious.
4 minutes.
Greg Kilty, 4 minutes, as Thomas says, added at the end of this first half at Ibrox. It is 1-1. Rangers peg back after going ahead through Mohamed Diamonde against a run of play, you would have to say. Goes out for a throw in on the far side to St Mirren, who will line up another long one, and it's still Motherwell 0, Celtic 1 at Fir Park. Luke McCowan with a goal on 26 minutes for Celtic. And Rangers really need to try and keep pace with them and Aberdeen before Wednesday's visit to Pittodrie. And it's going to be a long throw from St Mirren. Flings it into the box. It's over Casanwiro, but Barron clears to Tanzer. And then Phillips tries to take it down the line. Barron goes across, gets his body in front, keeps it in. He's under pressure though, and he's claiming it's a goal kick, and it is. Signalled by the referee.
Yeah, Rangers did not want to give away a corner there, given what happened at the last one.
Absolutely. I mentioned St Mirren's kind of bleak form recently, but if they could win this, they'd jump into the top 6.
I know, it's so tight, kind of from 6th down to the bottom of the league. It really is tight just now.
46 played at Ibrox, 1-1. We've played the first of 4 added minutes. Here's Jefte. Goes back to Robin Proper. Proper infield for Rascan. Kilty's after him, and he's right at him. Greg Kilty. Rascan gets it away to Jefte on this near side, and then Jefte goes back into the box. It's between Balogun and Butland, and the goalkeeper steps onto it and gives it to Connor Barron, diminutive midfielder who made the summer switch from Aberdeen. I'm sure he'll be in for a reception on Wednesday night at Pittodrie, but he's been a standout for Rangers this season, in a season of few standouts for men in blue, you would have to say, so far. Balogun with it at the back. And again, the Rangers fans just groaning at the backwards play.
Yeah, it's been happening all half. Rangers choosing the safe option, going sideways or back more often than not.
Here's Igaman facing away from goal, gives it to Bayrami. Bayrami now over to Casemiro. He's going to leave it for Czerny. So Mirren don't want to concede now just before the break, but Rangers would love to score, and it's down the right. Casemiro fires cross in, and it's taken a deflection behind for a corner kick. Final minute and a bit of the first half. It's Rangers 1, St Mirren 1, and Welcome to listeners on FM who are joining us for the final minutes of the first half here at Ibrox. Diamonde giving Rangers the lead. Alex Gogic heading in the St Mirren leveller. And Rangers have been below par, but they have the chance here to whip this corner in. It's going to be Czerny from the far side. Low, it's flicked on, and then it's goes past the far post. Not sure who got the final touch there. It's
why is the
corner.
referee giving a corner here? Balogun headers that towards goal, and the ref's giving a corner. Astonishing decision.
Well, the St Mirren players, as one, sprinted to the referee, which usually tells you something. I have to say, I didn't actually see who it really came off, but
Balogun headed it. Yeah, he'll give a foul here, the ref.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Make something up.
Corner from Bayrami on this near side, right on top of Balcom. The goalkeeper punches it. Could have caught that, I think, but Olasanya controls on the edge of the box, and he's out on the far side now, and he's done well. Olasanya are into the final 15 seconds of the 4 added at the end of the 45, and Rangers free kick, and I think Larry Balcom could have caught that.
Yeah, goalkeepers, it's a dying art catching the ball. Goalkeepers, more often than not nowadays, punch the ball. You're right, he could have come and taken the pressure off. Now St Mirren need to defend another free kick after this sharp pull from Olasanya.
We've hit 49 minutes. This will be the last action of the first half. Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. Czerny on the far side, in with the left foot. Gogic heads it up, it's right into the 6-yard box. Balcom comes in, this time he takes it really well. Strong take from the St Mirren goalkeeper, and that is the last action of the first half, and a few smattering of boos around Ibrox because it's been a slack first half performance from Rangers. They did take the lead against the run of play with their first real attack of substance when Nico Raskan thumped a shot in from the edge of the box. It took a deflection on its way through to Ellery. Balcom, who made the save, but Mohamed Diamonde was lurking edge of the 6-yard box to just tap in the rebound. St Mirren at that point had a golden chance to go in front when Olasanya was played in behind. He took probably one touch too many, and in the finish across Butlands failed to find the far corner, and it was off target. Rangers then took the leads, but St Mirren did get back level. Corner over on the far side, right into the 6-yard box. Brilliant delivery by Mark O'Hara, and Alex Gogic rose highest to plant it into the bottom corner. Rangers have had a couple of chances. Casemiro had a slash at one, which I think was a cross, which ended up coming off the woodwork. Bayrami at the back post was unmarked after Gogic deflected a clearance into his path, but he put it into the side netting. St Mirren have looked dangerous. Olasanya in particular, his pace has caused a few problems. He's got in behind a few times, but Rangers really not been at it in this first half. St Mirren much more like the St Mirren side we've seen do so well in the last couple of seasons. Half time here at Ibrox, it is Rangers 1, St Mirren 1.
The Scottish Premiership.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
The 1,000 Mile Challenge for BBC Children in Need.
BBC Radio Scotland is literally going to great lengths to raise money for BBC Children in Need this year.
Our swim team is going to attempt to swim 24 miles in 5 days. That's more than the length of Loch Ness.
We'll be joining with other BBC teams from across the UK as together we try to clock up 1,000 miles.
We'll bring you a splash-by-splash account of how it's going with regular updates on mornings.
Together, swimming 1,000 miles for BBC Children in Need. BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to Sports Hound with me, Richard Gordon. Already a 1-1 draw between Hibernian and Hearts. Mikhail Kuharevich putting Hibernian in front. After 65 minutes, James Wilson, the substitute, with a late equaliser. Half-time in the two matches that kicked off at 3. We're bringing them both to you live. Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. Diamande and Gogic the goals there, and Motherwell 0. Celtic 1, Luke McCowan scoring to give Celtic the half-time advantage. So let's look back on the action from the opening 45 minutes. We'll start with Stephen Thompson then. At Ibrox, well, Thomas described as a smattering of booing. There were certainly boos around Ibrox Stadium. This has not been, in terms of the scoreline, I guess, Stephen, what Rangers would have been looking for off the back of that fine midweek win in Europe.
No, the intensity levels are nowhere to be seen. It's been so poor from Rangers. I mean, I know you said I was going to put you to sleep before the match. A lot of these Rangers fans probably are thinking of going for a wee nap themselves because it has been so poor. Like sideways passes, back passes, 1 or 2 efforts on goal really in the opening half. But you have to give St Mirren a massive amount of credit. They've been excellent. Started the game ever so well. They had a glaring opportunity. Oli Sanya one-on-one with the goalkeeper, misses the target completely, just totally chokes his shot. And then Rangers scored completely against the run of play, it has to be said. And then St Mirren obviously get back into the game, a great header from Alex Gogic. And St Mirren deserved to be at least, with the point just now. Rangers, I mean, you look at the game last Sunday and you say to yourself, that was so poor. Here's a home game after the reaction they showed on Thursday night, which was an excellent performance. This is just back to what Sunday was, and this is a home game, so there's a lot of questions to be asked by the Rangers manager in there at half-time. Really poor performance, and the fans are right to be booing them off the pitch there at half-time, because that is nowhere near the standard that is expected here at Rangers, and that's the problem for them the whole of the season. It's one good game, one bad game, one okay game, one bad game. They can't get a level of performance consistently good, and this is nowhere near good enough for the standards that are expected at this club.
Is it not just further example, further proof of the lack of quality, top class quality that Rangers have in that squad right now?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the recruitment hasn't been what they would have liked it to have been. I think in terms of strength and depth, they don't really have it. The manager's made 4 changes today, but it's not had the impact he was hoping for in terms of freshness, because the tempo has just been so slow. And you're right, the quality isn't there, and maybe that lends itself to the lack of consistency in terms of performances. They've shown that they can perform at a high level. They've done it on a few occasions this season, the Malmo game and the game against on Thursday against Steaua Bucharest, but I think it's when they come up against teams who are well structured and they've got men behind the ball and say to you, right, can you come and break us down? And that's where the quality comes in. They've not got players who make big differences in matches to go and cut defences open, and they're really struggling out here this afternoon to do it. But again, to kind of go back to it, St Mirren's performance has been excellent. In terms of energy, it's been night and day. St Mirren have been in Rangers' faces non-stop.
Yeah, and that was going to be the next area I was going to ask you to develop, because Stephen Thompson spoke beforehand about all the feelings of his side last time out and where he expected them to improve. By the sound of things, he's got that, hasn't he? He has, and clearly last weekend hurt him. I mean, it was a rubbish performance against Hearts, and nothing like the team that he's built over the last couple of years that have been doing so well. So it's about getting back to what you know you're good at, and what St Mirren are good at is being energetic, has been hard to play against, has been, in terms of pressing the ball, been in the opposition faces, and they've done that the whole game. Stephen Robinson will be absolutely delighted with this first half performance. The challenge now is Rangers, well, I say this, but Rangers cannot be as bad in the second half. Can St Mirren keep their intensity and keep their levels going for the next 45 minutes? That's the big challenge for them. Stephen Thompson and Thomas Duncan there at Ibrox. You will find live second half commentary should you wish to listen in. BBC Sounds, you'd have to go to Radio Scotland Extra. You get it on digital, medium wave, and of course online, bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland, where you'll also find Motherwell against Celtic. That can be accessed also the BBC Sounds app and on FM. And it's Stuart Mitchell who has been commentating on all the action there.
Yes, Richard, we're used to a frantic finish in this fixture between Motherwell and Celtic, but it was the start that sparkled in this one, and it was the Steelmen switching on first. Lennon Miller striking the woodwork twice at the start of the game. The first was a mistake from Paulo Bernardo on the edge of the Celtic penalty area. Couldn't gather the ball, he was pressured. Motherwell worked it to Lennon Miller, who was outside the box. He struck it towards goal, and it was empty as Kasper Schmeichel was all at sea, and somehow he could only find it outside of the left post. Then later he hit the woodwork again. It was a free kick this time Lennon Miller had, and almost the same position from his earlier effort. It was a wonderful free kick. Schmeichel was stranded, and it collided off the top of the crossbar and came back out for a double touch. touch for Lennon Miller, a point perfectly picked up by Stephen Craigan in commentary, something that we don't see very often. And Celtic took that as a bit of a warning sign. They took command of the game after that. Maida went close with a header that tested Aston Oxborough, but one man who's been key for Celtic in this one so far in the first half is Luke McCowan. He's kept the ball moving, he's linked up play so well, and he's been finding pockets of space, and that's exactly how the first goal was created. Alex Valle stood on the ball, he waited on some movement. There was a big circle opening up in the middle in front of the Motherwell defence. McCowan picked up that area, received the ball, turned, got a little bit of a break, and he struck a precision shot away from Aston Oxborough into the back of the net. And on the first Celtic start of his career, he was the one to open the scoring. A couple for Dundee already this season, a couple now for Celtic. He's shooting his way up towards the top of the scoring charts, and he's a player that Celtic fans have a really strong connection with and want to see a lot more of. Celtic and Brendan Rodgers thought they were about to get a second goal. The ball was slipped through. Dyson Maida was charging into the penalty area. He and Stephen O'Donnell fell to the ground. We couldn't see, but the ball hit off a body part and trickled in off the post across the goal line. There was confusion on the pitch, everyone looking towards referee David Dickinson, and after a long delay it was checked by VAR and adjudged to have been connected with the hand. The goal was ruled out. There was a bit of a conversation on whether there should have been a penalty for Celtic on that occasion, but the incident was checked by VAR and it was viewed not to have been a foul by Stephen O'Donnell. A free kick awarded for Dyson Maida's handball. The goal didn't stand and it finished at half-time. Motherwell 0, Celtic 1 through that Luke McCowan goal. But in this fixture, I said it in commentary, Motherwell and Stuart Kettlewell never have their bubble burst when Celtic score first. We've seen so much late drama in this fixture. Are we about to see more in the next 45 minutes? Half-time at Fir Park, it's Motherwell 0, Celtic 1.
Yeah, Luke McCowan separating the sides. 5 goals now for the campaign. He's got up and running pretty nicely in his Celtic career after the move from Dundee. He's actually more of an experienced player. You think of Luke McCowan as a youngster, but what is he, 26, 27 now, Luke? One very young man is, Liam Miller, who has done just incredible things for Motherwell, of course, over the course of his time there, Lennon Miller, and coming so close, Stephen Craigan, in the first knockings of the game, twice in the space of 2 minutes, hitting the woodwork, which would have made a heck of a difference to this one, wouldn't it?
It would have, because you always think if there's going to be an upset against either half of the old firm, particularly Celtic, you normally have to get the first goal, and you've got to hang on for dear life. So whenever you go behind, it can make it that little bit more difficult. I think Motherwell will feel a little bit, not hard done by, but the fact that they've created 4 good opportunities. Lennon Miller had another couple of headers from set play, from corner kicks, and Tom Sparrow had a good shot from about 15 yards. So as well as Lennon Miller hitting the post and the crossbar, you don't tend to create those kind of chances against Celtic, particularly just in one half. So they'll feel a little bit hard done by. They haven't got a goal for their decent build-up play at times. Yes, they've suffered defensively, as in out of possession. We all knew that was going to be the case. You're never going to outplay Celtic. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment, but if they can get the next goal, then it's really game on.
I'm assuming the players are beginning to re-emerge. I can hear the bit of restlessness in the crowd there. Remember the 2 matches as things stand: Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. It's Motherwell 0, Celtic 1. You can get live commentary online for both Rangers St Mirren, also on Radio Scotland Extra on BBC Sounds digital and medium wave. Motherwell against Celtic, BBC Sounds online, and of course on FM as well. You make your choice.
Football from Sports Sound.
Brilliant drop of the shoulder. What a goal! From BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute.
Welcome back into Fir Park for our feature commentary of Motherwell against Celtic. The Celtic players just coming back out from the tunnel. Motherwell have been out for a couple of moments,
because I think the Rangers manager, Philippe Clement in particular, will be looking for a big reaction from his team in this second half. They've not been at the races. St Mirren will be very pleased with how things have gone so far, but no, it's a big 45 minutes ahead. Their last top flight win against Rangers was back on Christmas Eve 2011. Aaron Moy and Paul McGowan with the goals in a 2-1 win, and I think you were playing.
I was playing, yeah. What a goal it was from Aaron Moy. Unbelievable finish from him. It seems like a long time ago, that, Thomas. A long time ago. But yeah, St Mirren, generally their record against Rangers has not been particularly impressive, but I think today is as good as I've seen them play against Rangers in recent times. Full credit to St Mirren for the performance. For Rangers, you know, you're talking about substitutions. I wouldn't be surprised to see changes being made, because it's well below the accepted standards at Rangers, that first half performance.
Yeah, you look at the Rangers bench, still no sign of the players, by the way. We're not just blethering here.
I know.
But James Tavernier, Cyril Dessers, Dujon Sterling, Robbie Fraser, Cole McKinnon, Liam Kelly goalkeeper, Kieran Dowell, Ross McCausland, Zach Lovelace. If you're a Rangers fan, it's not disrespect to those players.
They don't have massive strength and depth, and they're missing Tom Lawrence today, who's been a key player for them in terms of goals and being a bit of a difference maker. They don't have that many players that are match winner type players, so he's a big miss for them. But yeah, when you look at the bench, you know, it's hardly kind of full strength, is it?
No, and there's a lot of young players in there. You know, Robbie Fraser, just a couple of appearances this season. Cole McKinnon not played this season. Zach Lovelace just back from tearing his hamstring a year ago, and
I think there is going to be a change. I can see that.
Yeah, the board is being readied as the St Mirren team finally emerge from the Ibrox tunnel. But yeah, I've not seen a lot of St Mirren in the flesh this season, Tom, but this is
as good as they've played this season. It is. I mean, obviously it's not been the start to the season that anyone would have wanted from a St Mirren point of view. They've been kind of leaking goals, uncharacteristic goals, which was their strength kind of over the last couple of seasons. Hard to play against, not losing poor goals. So this is as good as they've played this season. The big test for them now is to keep that going for 45 minutes, because you'd expect there'd be a Rangers reaction to that first half performance. They simply cannot be as bad.
Yeah, these fans won't accept it, because there were a lot of groans when the half-time whistle went. James Tavernier and Zach Lovelace just making their way back to the dugout here, but still no sign of the Rangers team. Well, just as I say that, Jack Butland emerges from the mouth of the tunnel, and there is a board being readied, so we presume there's going to be some sort of chase. In fact, Cyril Dessers is stripped and ready to come on. He just comes out the tunnel here in front of Václav Černý, so Egaman is coming off, his number goes up, and Cyril Dessers is going to be on for Rangers. No goal in his last 6 games. Big half of football for him, because he's not been at it in recent weeks. How you would love a goal to turn things around.
Well, they need something. I mean, Egaman had a difficult first half, struggled with the physicality of the St Mirren centre halves. His link-up play wasn't all that tidy, didn't really look a threat, so I can see why the manager's made that change.
Booked after 2 minutes as well, Hamza Egaman, although I have to say it did appear harsh at the time, but he was on a yellow card. And Cyril Dessers now on the pitch, looking to make an impact. He's ready to take centre here at Ibrox, poised for second half action. Live here on Sportsound on BBC Radio Scotland Extra, on digital, online, 810 medium wave, as Cyril Dessers knocks it back to Nico Raskan, then out to the left back Jefte and Robin Proper. And will there be an uptick in the intensity from Rangers? That is the question. Ibrox almost falls silent in expectation here. They want to see more from their team, as it's played into Raskan, goes out to Casanwiro, then up to Connor Barron, takes it on the turn. That's better from Rangers, that it goes square to Diamonde midway through the St Mirren half, then out to Jefte, the left back. Infield to Diamonde, works it onto the right foot, thinks about a shot, then plays it into the box towards Dessers. Cut out, cleared to Olasanya, who heads it brilliantly to James Scott, who strides into the Rangers half, and he's played it round the corner looking for Olasanya, who's going to get there left-hand side of the box. Olasanya with Balogun in front of him. Olasanya has a sizing him up, Balogun, but runs straight at him almost, and the foot comes in. Then the cross from Tanzer from the left, headed away to the edge of the box by Rangers. And here is by Rami, who turns backwards and gives it to Jefte. Jefte up the line, and it's poor and intercepted by St Mirren. And then Formono can't keep it in on the far side, and that will be a Rangers throw-in. 46 played, 1-1, I should say.
Yeah, 1-1.
Feels like it could be 0-0.
Yeah, it's got that feel about it. It was good play actually, that from St Mirren. Olisanya knocking the ball down to James Scott, returns the pass, possibly just a wee bit overhit to Olisanya. Then he's in a one-on-one situation with Balogun out wide, but shows far too much of the ball to Balogun and get the challenge in.
It's played up the park and out for another throw-in. So Rangers with Butland in goal, Casanwiro, Balogun, Proper and Jeffy the back four, Barron, Raskan, Diamonde the midfield, Tierney and Bairami the wingers, and Dessers replacing Igman at half-time up front as Olisanya comes in the right-hand side. The St Mirren fans over in the corner shouting for a foul, but it's play on, and now Diamonde is striding over the halfway line for Rangers, and then it hits off his heel as he slowed down, but he's kept possession. That's not a great touch from Casanwiro, but he's got time and space to recover and keep it in, and he gives it to Tierney on the right hand side. Tierney with Tanzer standing him up, and then Barron, and then edge of the box for Casanwiro. Casanwiro to Raskan. Raskan midway through the St Mirren half goes out to Jefte. Jefte on the left hand side. St Mirren force Rangers back after they were in a dangerous position on the right hand side of the box. It's back to Proper, and then Balogun, and Kilty's sprinting to close the gap. Played forward to Casanwiro. Casanwiro drives towards the St Mirren box, gives it to Tierney on the right hand side. He's moving towards the corner of the penalty area, and he nicks it away from Tanzer. Then Casanwiro puts a cross in. Dessers is looking at the back post, cleared by St Mirren, helped back in by Casanwiro, and no one's at home for Rangers, and it's bounced and cleared by Buomono. No St Mirren changes as Barron picks up in the centre circle. No St Mirren changes at the break. Here's Tierney, plays it forward to Diamonde on the edge, left-footed shot, but it's miles wide of the right-hand post of Ellery Balcom. But yeah, it's not a stronger foot, and you can see why.
No, it was a poor effort. I mean, it was good from Barron, a forward pass through the lines into Diamonde, the edge of the box. His turn's good, but then the shot is lacking pace, lacking precision, and goes miles past the post.
Ellery Balcom places the ball ready to take this goal kick for St Mirren, who will feel the way things are going 1-1 that they have a sniff of a first one at Ibrox since 1991. And it's flicked on by Kilty. That's Olisanya isn't sharp to it, and it bounces through to Butland. And now Balogun with a right-footed pass along the grass to Raskan. He's in between his two centre halves now, driving forwards, and it's back to Proper, forward to Raskan, first time to Jefte on the halfway line on the left hand side. Then that's a good pass forward for Bairami. He's taken on his man over towards the corner flag on the left hand side. Good feet from Bairami, but he's forced backwards, still got it, gives it to Jefte, he goes back down the touchline. Jefte for Raskan. Raskan to the edge of the box, and it's missed by Dunn, and then St Mirren get away with one because Rangers can't make the most of it, and then it's played over the top to Olisanya, who looks offside. Flag is stay down for now. Olisanya with just Butland to beat. Toyosi Olisanya slips it beyond Butland, and as we expected, the flag goes up, and he did look well offside.
It did. I mean, it will be checked obviously, but it looked to me like he was a good couple of yards offside. This time he's through one-on-one in the goalkeeper and does hit the target, goes through the goalkeeper's legs, and he was wheeling away in celebration. It's a shame we've not got a monitor here because obviously we can't tell, but we'll wait and hear what the VAR decision is. He did look from the naked eye, and it's right in front of us, he did look offside.
Yeah, he did look offside. I don't know, it's hard to tell to be honest, but I mean, you can say the on-field decision has just been confirmed, so no goal as expected, so that's fine. He's so quick, he almost didn't need to be. He didn't need to go so early.
No, exactly. But it is a threat. A couple of times now, 3 times in the game, that ball over the top's worked for St Mirren with Olisanya's pace.
Here's Raskan for Rangers though, middle of the pitch, and he's looking for Dessers, but Charles Dunn is alert to the danger, and then he passes it to Killian Phillips. Phillips slides it to James Scott, but Jefte gets back. Good pace from the Brazilian, but then he's run it out the pitch. He had more time than he thought there, I think. Rangers left back, and it will be a St Mirren throw-in on the far side. Rangers 1, St Mirren 1.
It's been a better kind of energy about Rangers at the start of this second half. It's trying to go forward a wee bit more with a wee bit more purpose. But St Mirren always a real threat on the counter-attack.
And Killian Phillips drives the ball, and it is now raining here at Ibrox.
Is it?
Yeah, as he flings it in. You not see the wee drops?
Oh, I see them there under the lights, right? Okay, good spot, Thomas.
And nothing comes of that throw in, and it goes back to Ellery Balcombe, the St Mirren goalkeeper, who sends it diagonally across the pitch to Tanzer, who goes up and flicks it off Casanwiro, I think, and it's out for a St Mirren throw in on this near side in front of us in the main stand here at Ibrox. And Rangers could desperately do with winning this game to keep pace with Aberdeen, and Celtic, as it stands, leading Motherwell by goal to nil.
What's the ref booked him for there?
I assume it's time wasting for Killian Phillips.
He ran onto the ball. I mean, that's nonsense from the referee. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, bemused look from Killian Phillips, who throws it into the box, and Balogun wins it comfortably, and it bounces, and Charles Dunn tries to control it, and he's just kept it in. Casanwiro now for Rangers swings the right boot at it, and Stephen Robinson's
furious at the booking. It's an astonishing booking. Referee.
Celtic have doubled their lead at Fir Park. Alistair Johnston has made it Motherwell 0, Celtic 2. Celtic on course to return to the top of the Scottish Premiership this afternoon, and that means Rangers really desperately need to get themselves in front, and 3 points here at Ibrox as Dessers and Diamonde combine in the St Mirren half, but another slack pass means Bayrami has to run across the pitch to retrieve the ball, and he goes with a big switch with the right boot. It bounces on the turf, and Czerny controls with a jump, and Czerny puts it inside, looking for an inside run of Casanwiro, but there wasn't enough pace on the pass, and St Mirren and then Olasanya's in behind, his touch is heavy, but he's going to get there on the left hand side of the box. Kilty's making a run, Olasanya on the right foot, tries to roll it to Kilty, goes down as Raskin rather went back, but it didn't look, they're checking for a potential penalty here, but it didn't look like there was an awful lot in it as Kilty went down, as Raskin tracked
soft,
back.
Didn't it? Olasanya doing really well again. It's that ball over the top, Rangers really struggling with it. Olasanya lays it into Kilty, who'd made the run to the edge of the box, and I don't think proper fouled him. I think he just loses his balance.
Check complete, no penalty is the call, so it did look soft. It was just a coming together, a natural coming together in the box as both players ran in the same direction. Here's Barron, looks for the pass in behind, well defended by St Mirren, and now O'Hara has it in his own half, and he's gone with a pass behind Scott Tanzer, who signalled they wanted it in front, and Rangers will get the throw in, and the Ibrox crowd roars as Czerny tries to go quickly, throws it back to Casanwiro. Casanwiro touches it into the centre circle and then gives it to Barron, who's turning and then chips it towards the penalty area to Dessers, who gets it, knocks it to Bayrami onto the right foot, shot a goal dipping, Balcombe pushes it away, and fortunately for the goalkeeper it goes to Tanzer, who can clear.
Yeah, it was a really awkward one for the goalkeeper there. The shot had a lot of power, and as you described, dip on it, it bounces right in front of him. He manages to kind of almost scramble it. I think it hits his chest in the end, but
gets the job done regardless. Now Casanwiro down the right hand side for Rangers, wins the throw in off Charles Dunn, and Rangers trying to take the throw ins quickly and just inject some tempo into their performance as the crowd get behind them. Raskin for Barron, Barron to Czerny, Czerny looking for an opportunity to shoot, but he slipped into the box. Bayrami looks for the cutback, blocked, and then it's hooked clear by St Mirren. Barron wins the header, but it's only as far as Dunn. Then O'Hara for Tanzer, who's going to clear this and look for Olasanya, and he's found him, but good strength from Balogun. Stephen Robinson, the St Mirren manager, thinks that was a foul, and he is in accord with the referee, who gives it.
Yeah, the ref wasn't going to give it, but then took a couple of seconds and decided it was a foul. He does barge into the back of Olasanya there. He did well to get his body in the way.
That's a frustrating one for the managers, because Olasanya was going nowhere. He was right on the touchline. He's at the halfway line nearly. There's just no need to barge into him.
He doesn't need to do that. They've had a good battle, those two, throughout the game.
Yeah, Leon Balogun, after coming on against Kilmarnock last week to replace Robin Proper, who was struggling, started Thursday night, starting again this afternoon as John Souttar takes a rest, not in the squad today for Rangers. Free kick for St Mirren towards the edge of the box, headed away by Rangers, and Jefte finds Bayrami, who's got black and white shirts in front of him, and it's played backwards to Proper, who clears up to Dessers, who touches it to Raskin, and then back to Dessers, who flicks it to Diamonde. Diamonde controls in his own half, and then he's put it right up in the air. Czerny's underneath it. Czerny first time into the path of Barron, but O'Hara got across and got a touch on the ball, and then Barron goes down, and gets the free kick, tripped by Marco Harris as the referee Callum Scott, and Rangers with a free kick in a handy position.
I'm not even sure that was a foul. I don't know why the referee's given a yellow card there. I mean, Marco Harris clearly wins the ball. Barron goes down, and the referee's had a couple of poor yellows recently, I would have to say.
Yeah, we've had, what, 3 yellows in this game, and I'm not sure any of them were a yellow card personally, but the referee is the expert. Bayrami with the right foot into the edge of the 6-yard box. Dessers get a head on it, and it's pushed over by Ellery Balcom. Dangerous ball in, and Rangers have a corner as well.
It's an excellent ball in. Dessers does well to get his head on it. It's a really good save from Balcom in the end.
Bayrami, left-footed delivery, similar type. This time it was a bit flatter, and Tanzer can head it away. 57 minutes played. It's Rangers 1, St Mirren 1. Goals in the first half from Diamonde and Alex Gogic. Sides deadlocked at the moment. Here's Bayrami, back to Balogun. Motherwell 0, Celtic 2 in the other 3 o'clock kickoff. Here's Bayrami, another ball. He's trying to do the same thing and curl it round the St Mirren defence, but that one was poor and straight to Balcom.
Yeah, he doesn't get any whip on it. It goes a bit straight off his boot. Doesn't get the curl that he was looking for.
Vomono on the halfway line on the far side for St Mirren. St Mirren go direct, looking for Olasanya towards the corner flag, but he's made a real... He's got to Olasanya, near post, saved by Butland. He's done brilliantly, Toyosi Olasanya, to get the better of Robin Proper and then fire the shot from a tight angle. Butland does his job though.
Olasanya's been excellent today. He really has. That threat in behind's been a constant nuisance for Rangers, and on that occasion Proper's got to do better. Proper's not had a good afternoon, you have to say. He gets the ball nicked off him by Olasanya, who goes for the shot at a really tight angle. There was players trying to make up towards the edge of the box. He maybe should have just lifted his head. That composure thing we talk about, but he gets a shot on target, turned behind for the corner, and we know what happened at the last corner.
Yeah, it's going to be Scott Tanzer this time on the far side with the left foot. He's in front of the St Mirren fans. Goes with the left foot. It's high to the back post. O'Hara's there to try and steer it on target. I don't think, maybe should have put it across the goal. And now it's rolled out to Casanwiro, who's marching over the halfway line for Rangers. Dessers is there. He tries to find him with a pass in mind, and Charles Dunn gets back and back heels it away from Cyril Dessers. Excellent defending.
Really good defending from Charles Dunn. He is quick, and he read the danger, and then the audacity to back heel it clear.
Yeah, I just wonder. I think Marco Ara, in fairness, might have been trying to head it back across.
He was just caught on his heels a wee bit. He was slightly behind him. He didn't get enough purchase on it.
It remains Rangers 1, St Mirren 1 live here on Sports Sound. 59 minutes played at Ibrox. Celtic 2 up at Motherwell. 1-1 in the Edinburgh Derby at lunchtime. 3 live commentaries for you here on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Rangers trying to come forward and get themselves back in front, having been pegged back in the first half. It's Jefte. Infield to Diamonde. Now it's Raskan. Raskan with the right foot to Jefte. Halfway up St Mirren territory. Into Proper. Proper to Jefte, and that's a poor ball, and Vomono thuds off his chest, and then he clears it into the Rangers half. Headed up in the air by St Mirren. Jefte controls and spins away from one, and then he's driving forward. Jefte, good balance about when he's running, and then it gives to Bayrami. He's coming on the right foot again, had one earlier. He's having a look for the shot, and then the St Mirren player's gone down, and Dessers has it. Dessers takes the shot, and he's curled it over the bar, but Charles Dunn went down there, and you know,
I think there's a coming together between Dessers and Dunn. Dunn's down holding his face. I didn't see it because I was following the ball. It will be checked by VAR, obviously.
Yeah, there will be a check. Dessers curling the shot over the bar. Checks over, and there's nothing wrong with that between Dessers and Dunn, but Dunn is holding his face as he has backed his feet gingerly. And James Tavernier is now about to enter the fray. The Rangers captain is going to replace Robin Proper, who has not had the best afternoon.
No, he's most definitely not.
And I wonder if
Casanwiro's going to centre half.
Yeah, he's going to left centre back. Mauricio Casanwiro. And he played left back against Malmo. Played right back. And Conor McMenamin is going to make his first St Mirren appearance of the season after a knee injury. He replaces James Scott.
Good news for St Mirren that McMenamin was top performer for St Mirren. Been out a long time, so great to see him back in the pitch.
Yeah, he's a tricky player. Conor McMenamin works hard as well, and he will start his season here in the final half hour at Ibrox. Tavernier just come on first touch, wins the header. Kiltie looks to take the throw in quickly, but it's he has a little laugh, Greg Kiltie, because he's prevented from taking it quickly. I'm not sure why, as it's left for Scott Tanser and Killian Phillips, who gets the ball dry via his shirt, and Rangers fans not liking how long he's taken. He has been booked already, as it's thrown in towards O'Hara, who gets up, but Rangers head it away. Tanser with it, and he goes back to Gogic, who shuffles across and knocks it to Ellery Balcom. Diamonde is trying to close down, but he won't get there as Balcom sends it long. Bomono flicks on, and now Kiltie picks up in the middle of the pitch for St Mirren. He's driving towards the Rangers box, goes down. Olasanya takes on the turn and then loses his foot, and he goes down. He's looking at the referee, but I have to say, I think he just fell over there as he turned. Olasanya lost his foot in, and it'll be checked.
Yeah, I mean, the first one's a clear foul for the pool, a yellow card for Raskin on Greg Kiltie, but when the ball got played through to Olasanya, he does seem to be impeded. It's how much contact there is. VAR will definitely check it.
Yeah, we don't have the benefit of replays up here, I have to say. It didn't look to be a great deal of contact, so St Mirren have the free kick, about 25 yards out, fairly central, but there is a check in the background for a potential penalty for the potential foul on Olasanya. I'll update you with that. And that check is now complete, and there will be no penalty, as we assumed maybe would be the call. And O'Hara and Phillips over this one.
Quite far out, isn't it? Possibly just outside the shooting range, but he'll have a pop probably.
Yeah, Phillips and O'Hara. And it's going to be the captain, Mark O'Hara, with the right foot, but sails well over the bar.
Yeah, it's one of those in-betweeny ones, isn't it? You really need to have some strike from there to get it.
Yeah.
Trouble a goalkeeper at Jack Butland's quality.
There's not much angle to work with the cross either, so it's an awkward one.
It is.
As Rangers try and play out from the back, Jefte on the left touchline gives it to Balogun, and then Casemiro is now playing at centre back, having started at right back. Robin Pruffer removed, it's forward into the box towards Dessers. He's coming to the near post, lovely flick. Diamonde controls it on the right foot, and then he sent it across goal in the air. Bomono hooks it away as Bayrami was making a run. Good flick from Dessers, better from him, as it's thrown back to Balogun for Casemiro, and up to Tavernier just inside the St Mirren half. Infield, Tavernier back to Balogun, and then Jefte playing again at left back for Rangers, and it's now Bayrami for Jefte in line with the edge of the penalty area. Infield ball to Diamonde, lovely combination from Bayrami, and he gave it back to Diamonde. Maybe he could have taken it on himself, and St Mirren are able to scramble it clear as Kiltie looks for Olasanya, can't find him, and it's sent back to Tavernier. Now Czerny, infield for Rangers from the right hand side. He's coming in to look to shape one on the left foot, but he rolls the pass to Bayrami on the left corner of the box for Rangers. And Czerny, who's come across to the other side, still has it. Czerny now to Bayrami, and then Tavernier inside the box. Tavernier floats one, or tries to the back post, but Charles Dunn was in the way.
Not his best cross. James Tavernier's not been on the pitch long, but expect better quality from him.
Yeah, certainly. It's not been a vintage season so far for the Rangers captain. Just the one goal. He's got 3 assists. Best ever season. Last campaign with 24 goals and 12 assists. Certainly not near hitting those rate of numbers in the early stages of this one, as he controls the ball with the right foot. James Tavernier, can he make the difference for his side after coming off the bench? Czerny has it. Czerny to Raskan, middle of the pitch. St Mirren with everyone back. Casemiro to Raskan. Casemiro, Diamonde, lovely touch for Barron, then spreads it to Tavernier, better from Rangers. Low cross, dangerous. Dessers is in there, goalkeeper misses it. It goes through to the other side for Bayrami to collect on the byline. He's ducking and diving out there, Bayrami, and as he squeezes a cross in, met at the near post by St Mirren, bounces for Barron, heads it back to Raskan. Raskan square for Tavernier. Tavernier The last one was dangerous. What can he do here? Another awkward one. And Gogic lets it bounce into him and stays calm and knocks it to Tanzer, who's going to look for Olasanya here. Plays it up the line, but it's poor. And Casanwiro is in the way. Then Tavernier inside ball to Barron. A couple of touches and drives forward. Tanzer with a sliding challenge. And it's back down the line, and Casanwiro goes back to Butland. 1-1, Rangers and St Mirren. 66.5 minutes played at Ibrox in this Premiership match. In the other game we're bringing to you live over on 810 on FM, sorry. It's Motherwell 0, Celtic 2. Here come St Mirren on the counter, and that pass is fired in by McMenamin into Olasanya. It was fired at his midriff as St Mirren looked to counter, and then there's a foul on Dessers by Gogic around the halfway line.
Yeah, kind of needless foul there from Gogic. St Mirren going to make a change.
Yeah, it's Idowu who is going to come on here for St Mirren.
Kiltie.
And Kiltie is not long back from a wee bit of an injury.
He's put in a power of work, is going to Kiltie this afternoon, as of all the St Mirren players. Maybe just tiring a wee bit. Stephen Robinson wanting to keep the intensity levels high going into these last 20 odd minutes.
Roland Idowu, the Irishman, trots onto the park for St Mirren. Scored against Hibs in the first game of the league campaign for St Mirren. What impact can he make for Stephen Robinson's men as it's chipped forward by Dunn, headed away by Jefte, only as far as Phillips on the right hand side, and that's miskicked by Phillips. And Jefte fires it up the left touchline for Dessers to chase. Gogic is there, can't keep it in, or can he? He can't. It's a Rangers throw over on the far side, and it's taken to the feet of Diamonde. Diamonde plays it inside to Dessers, touch into the box. He's still going. Cyril Dessers, lovely touch. He's got to the byline. Czerny's there. Can he find him? It's Václav Czerny! Goal Rangers! Václav Czerny scores his 5th goal at Ibrox in his last 3, and it was all made by Cyril Dessers, driving to the byline, cutting it back. And it's Czerny to bundle in from close range, and it is Rangers 2, St Mirren 1.
Yes, St Mirren obviously are looking to the referee just now, saying that maybe it's an offside. I don't know, that will be checked, but Dessers does ever so well, busts into the box, takes it to the byline, goes right along the byline. No St Mirren challenge comes in, cuts it back, and there was Czerny with the simplest of tap-ins to make it 2-1 to Rangers, and really not really created much in this second half, in fact the whole match long. But again, clinical when it mattered. St Mirren still kind of complaining to the referee.
Václav Czerny just loves scoring at Ibrox. Couple against St Johnstone here before the international 8. Couple the other night against FCSB. That check is complete. So whatever the St Mirren complaints were for are falling on deaf ears as far as the officials are concerned, because this goal will stand and Rangers lead 2-1 at Ibrox.
Yeah, you've got to give Dessers so much credit there. When he took the touch into the box, I thought he'd slightly overhit it, but he did well to get there. Goes right to the byline. Mirren should have really been picking up Czerny. There was 3 players in and around him, but it goes to Czerny and he slides it home from probably only about 5 yards.
A player whose confidence is starting to grow in a Rangers jersey. But here comes Idowu for St Mirren. That's a poor ball straight into the side net, in which Butland leaves. And St Mirren, now what do St Mirren do is Stephen Robinson traipses back to the dugout. I'll be interested to see what he says in his post-match comments to Kennedy, because he's had more than a few complaints to the referee.
Yeah, I think the biggest one was the booking for Phillips, which was just incredible. But he'll be so disappointed because St Mirren have put so much into this game. It has not been a good Rangers performance, but they find themselves in front.
Tavernier for Czerny. Czerny for Raskan. Can Rangers pile on the pressure as it's played around the corner to Diamonde? Gogic gets his body in the way and gets it back to Balcom. His goalkeeper, good defending from the Cypriot, was cleared into the Rangers half. But yeah, Rangers, and the only games they've won this season in the league by more than 1 goal, 6-0 against Ross County at Hampden, of course, and then that 2-0 here against St Johnstone. So it's not like they've been, putting teams away. And that'll be the message from Philippe Clement as he watches on as the rain pours down at Ibrox. St Mirren throwing down the touchline, flicked in field, and then Raskan's there, but it'll fall for Olasanya, who's tussling on the touchline. Raskan goes down, and it'll be a Rangers throw in on the far side. Rangers 2, St Mirren 1, 71 minutes on the clock.
I think Stephen Robinson will look to his bench soon. Obviously, Mandron, Ayunga, I mean, he'll be feeling really dejected if they come out of this game with nothing, having given so much into it, worked ever so hard. Olasanya's been a threat, but I wonder whether or not he'd think about sticking somebody up there alongside him. Mandron and Ayunga, good options. 20 minutes to go, he's got to roll the dice really.
Yeah, although I suppose if it is to be defeat and we still have 20 minutes to play here plus whatever's added, he did speak pre-match, Stephen Robinson, about getting back to what they're good at, and you know, regardless of the result, the performance has to be better than it was at Tynecastle, and it's been night and day from that, certainly from St Mirren point of view. And it's given away cheaply by St Mirren as I speak, and Bayrami is taking it forward, show too much of it to Gogic, who slides in and lashes it up the line. Olasanya lurking, but Balogun clears, controlled by Marcus Fraser, who's moving towards the halfway line. Fraser out to McMenamin on the right hand side, then Phillips, who chips it towards Olasanya's controlled it, and then he was just falling backwards slightly and couldn't get after the ball, and Rangers give it to Jefte for Diamonde, takes it on the turn nicely and then hits the deck under pressure from Marcus Fraser. Rangers free kick.
Yeah, it was a cynical foul from Marcus Fraser, one I think he had to make. It was a really neat turn from Diomande. The Rangers fans wanting him booked, but the referee's letting it go, much to their disgust.
Well, players have been booked for less in this game, I would suggest.
An awful lot less.
Tavernier to Casanwiro, back to the Feyenoord loanee, who gives it to Balogun, and then Balogun with a unorthodox pass to Tavernier, but he's controlled it well enough, and then forward it's over Barron, and then it's touched by Idowu towards Olasanya. Casemiro steps in, strong challenge, but O'Hara knocks it to Idowu, who's looking for McMenamin, and it's picked off by Rangers, who look to counter by Rami in the centre circle. He's got Czerny to his right, gives him it. Czerny, the goal scorer again here at Ibrox for Rangers, who lead 2-1. Barron, Tavernier centre circle, Raskan still in that centre circle. Tavernier backwards, he had time to turn there, James Tavernier, which I think is what a few of the groans are about. Czerny goes forward, good run, controlled or not by Diamonde, put his boot up and he was totally free in the box, poor touch through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a fabulous ball from Czerny into Diamande, who'd made a good run. None of the St Mirren defenders had picked him up, he just had to get control of it, but a slack touch allows it to go through to Balcom in the St Mirren goal.
It's an awkward one for Gogic and Dessers to, not was it Gogic, beg your pardon, it's Phillips I think, and the St Mirren midfielder goes down, and it'll be a free kick to St Mirren in their own half, and Stephen Robinson moves back towards his technical area, a little shake of the head, and the subs are out warming up. Who have we got? Is that Mandron?
Yeah, Olasanya, Ayunga.
Boyd Munce as well is warming up, so we'll see 74.5 minutes played. Rangers 2, St Mirren 1. Václav Czerny's goal in 68 minutes is what is separating the side after Diamande and Gogic traded first half goals, as Balcom goes long and there's a run. And that was a great opportunity as it was played in behind, straight ball from the free kick, just the touch wasn't quite there and it went through to Butland, and now Charles Dunn has it on the left hand side but he can't keep it in, and a Rangers throw in.
Yeah, it was Casemiro, he just misjudged the flight of the ball, and it was Scott Tanzer who found himself clear through. He just needed to get a touch on it, much like the Diamande one a few moments ago. If he'd got a touch on it, he'd have been one-on-one with Butland, but he couldn't secure the ball.
Václav Czerny, huge switch of play, looking for by Rami. What a touch that is, brilliantly taken, step over on the right foot, and it's shot, blocked. Well, that would have been an absolute screamer if that had gone in the far corner.
It was an amazing ball from Czerny.
What a touch it was as well.
It was brilliant touch, yeah.
And well, the referee's blown here. The St Mirren free kick down in the corner to our right as we sit in the main stand. Rain rather coming down rather heavily now at Ibrox. Floodlights are on in this Scottish Premiership tussle. St Mirren have been competitive, everything that we've come to expect from them under Stephen Robinson. They've been that here at Ibrox this afternoon, but at the moment they're not leaving with any points to show for it. Rangers have just done enough and no more so far, you would have to say, as Balogun collects that and strides out of defence, gives it to Bayrami. Curling pass into the path of Jefte, and Dessers is on the deck, and the fans want him to get on his feet, because he's not going to get the foul for that. He's on his feet now. No goal in 6 for Cyril Dessers, but he did brilliantly to set up the goal, which has Rangers in front as Tavernier controls with the right foot on the right hand side of the pitch to Czerny, who takes it infield and is really playing with confidence. It's slashed forwards by Phillips. Rangers pick it off at the back, and it's played to Jefte over on the far side. Jefte takes it across the halfway line. It's down the left touchline, goes infield to Barron. Controls with the right foot and pass to Diamonde. Back to Barron, now Raskan. Raskan with a bit of space. Goes forwards and gives it to Tavernier. Tavernier to Diamonde. Diamonde shuffling forwards, turns, and Raskan. Barron out to Jefte, and then the pass for Bayrami is poor, and it is cleared downfield by Gogic, and Olasanya will make the run and try and put Balogun under pressure, but Balogun does well to stoop and nod it back to Jack Butland.
Yeah, it was just a wee bit too much to ask him from there. He's quick, but he's not that quick. Balogun does well to get the header in.
That's going to be as you were, as at the top of the Premiership as things stand, because Celtic are leading Motherwell by 2-0. Aberdeen's victory against Dundee United yesterday, and Rangers winning here. And Mikael Mandron is about to come on for St Mirren, but it's a Rangers free kick for a foul on Tavernier midway through the St Mirren half, about 10 yards in from the right touchline. And there's going to be 2 changes for St Mirren. Mandron and Boyd Munce are the pair who are coming on, and it's Mark O'Hara who's running over, and Elvis Bomono is the other. So O'Hara, who's on a booking, the captain, is off, breathing heavily. Elvis Bomono and Caelan Boyd Munce and Mikael Mandron, the striker. So is that 2 up top?
Yeah, they'll go with the 2 up top. Last 10, 12, however much is added on minutes, try and get one more opportunity in this game. They've not really managed to create that many in the second half.
Rangers go short with this free kick, but it's back with the taker. Czerny goes down the right hand side. Tavernier's outside him, he goes inside to Barron. Barron fired the pass into Diamonde. It was only a couple of yards away, and then there's a flailing arm that's caught Olasanya, and it'll be a St Mirren free kick.
I think it was high feet from young Connor Barron. We check here from VAR on the high foot.
Yeah, they'll have a look at this, so we will have a little delay here. You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland Extra, and the check is complete, and there will be no further sanction for Connor Barron for that challenge on Toyosi Olasanya. It is Rangers 2, St Mirren 1, 79 on the clock at Ibrox. Ellery Balcom, the St Mirren goalkeeper, hoists it towards the edge of the Rangers box. It's flicked on, it falls for Phillips. He's running after it, and he's squeezed it now to McMenamin, who strikes it, and it's gone over the top. And it was a difficult opportunity, but an opportunity nonetheless, but it remains Rangers 2, St Mirren 1.
Yes, St Mirren do well to win the flick on. It falls to McMenamin on his left foot. He's at a tight angle, probably a good 12, 14 yards out, and just leans back a bit high over Jack Butland's bar. Probably should be looking to get that on target.
It's with Jack Butland, who's had the ball passed back to him, goes to the edge of his box to Raskan, and then out to Balogun on the left. He's pursued by Mandron, but he's too keen, and he's fouled Balogun. How many times do strikers do that, Tom?
Well, defenders are very good when they feel the pressure of a striker behind them falling to the ground.
The referee always
oh, they always buy it.
Gives it. Classic. Rangers 2, St Mirren 1, 80 minutes played here at Ibrox. Rangers getting the job done. It's not been polished, but at the moment they don't care. They just need the win ahead of a big week as they go to Pittodrie Wednesday, League Cup semi-final Sunday. Both live on Sports Sound, full live commentary. And Rangers come forward, Gogic intercepts. Now Tanzer on the left hand side, halfway line, plays it up to Olasanya, who probably just doesn't have much left in the tank. He's been excellent for St Mirren as Mandron wins it back. Boyd Munce with a poor touch, and now it's Diamonde who spreads it to the left hand side. Bayrami has it, good feet. Bayrami on the right foot, picks out Czerny at the back post. It's Václav Czerny. What a save from Ellery Balcom. That was a tremendous stop from the St Mirren goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was good play from Rangers. out in the left-hand side. Barami spots Cherny at the back post. He's completely free, takes a good touch, really should score, but it's an outstanding save from Balcom. Fingertip stuff just to put it round the right-hand post, but it should have been 3-1. Olisanya's down with what looks like a muscle injury.
Yeah,
at the end of his day.
He's run himself ragged, Toyosi Olasanya, and the only regret he'll have is first half chance.
Oh, it's a big chance. It's a big chance. Got to hit the target. I don't know whether it's cramp he's got or what, but I'd be surprised if he continues.
He's getting stretched out by the St Mirren physios as we speak. Rangers having to delay this corner kick, and Cherny, well, the form he's in, just was waiting for that to be bent into the far corner, but Balcom dived across at full stretch and just tipped around the post. Superb goalkeeping to keep it at 2-1, and I'll keep St Mirren in with a sniff in this game. They've not showed as much in an attacking sense in this second half as they did the first, as Rangers try and go with a corner, and the fans just getting a little restless at the time it's taken. Olasanya's off the pitch at the moment, down at the halfway line. He's back on his feet, having a conversation with his manager, Stephen Robinson. Rain pouring down at Ibrox. Rangers get ready to take this corner over on the far side. Right footed delivery, it's poor, and headed away at the near post and out for the throw in on the far side.
Yeah, it wasn't worth waiting for. Really poor delivery from Bayrami. Oyasanya coming back on. It's difficult though if you've had cramp. You know it's coming back.
Yeah, just save yourself for a sprint, one last sprint in behind, as Dujon Sterling is stripped and ready on the touchline in front of us to come on for Rangers. Tavernier controls it in the St Mirren half. He gives it forward to Barron, who takes it towards the right touchline. Barron rolls it to Cherny onto the left foot, then Barron to Tavernier, and a little chip up into the air. He was looking for Cherny, but he got too much height on it and it dropped for St Mirren. Casanwiro at the back for Rangers now. Diamonde, then Casanwiro. Really nice pass for Cherny on the right touchline, and then the left foot across, looking for Dessers, blocked by or intercepted by Gogic, up to Olasanya. Not the best touch, and then he dithers and Raskan picks his pocket. And now Cherny goes back to Barron, just about the halfway line. Dujon Sterling still waits to be introduced, as Casemiro controls with the studs, gives it to Barron. Barron to Tavernier back to Casemiro misses Raskan, and it goes to Killian Phillips, and St Mirren can counter. Phillips into the Rangers after a brilliant pass for Conor McMenamin across goal, but it's a sliding challenge from Balogun that turns it behind.
Yeah, it was slack play from Rangers, giving the ball away in the middle of the park, picked up by Phillips, plays it through to McMenamin. He could have taken the shot on, but he was going kind of wide at that point, tries to flash it across the face and turn behind for the corner. Sterling now eventually coming on.
Yeah, Conor Barron is applauding the Ibrox crowd, and he gets a warm reception as he jogs off the pitch, and I think he's probably been the standout player for Rangers this season, as Celtic make it 3-0 at Fir Park against Motherwell. Adam Ida with the goal, so Celtic go back level with Aberdeen at the top of the Premiership. Rangers, as it stands, on course to keep the gap at 6 to those two, but St Mirren have a corner here after that McMenamin chance, and it's curled into the back post. They're queuing up, but Tavernier's in there, and it falls for Balogun to boot up to Dunn. Lovely touch and turn from Odowu, who then gives it to Tanzer on the left hand side, back to Odowu, left hand side of the box. He's got two Rangers players there, including Dujon Sterling, and he's put it straight to Tavernier, who clears the danger for Rangers. And Charles Dunn lets it drop and then kind of squaffs it out of the pitch. I think he was trying to help that back up towards his teammates, but
Stephen Robinson raging with I think they had wanted to cross the ball rather than coming back out to Tanzer. Someone had bodies in the box, but decided not to put it in.
85, nearly 86 played as Dessers goes down under a challenge from Gogic, and Rangers get the free kick in the centre circle in the St Mirren half. And Rangers just the one goal to good, but St Mirren not really piling the pressure on. Rangers controlling it just about, and there is only one goal in it as we hit the final 4 minutes of the 90. Raskan burrows round and moves towards the left-hand touchline. Out to Bayrami, then Dujon Sterling. Sterling with the green boots. Gives it outside to Jefte, then Sterling. Sterling to Bayrami. Bayrami using his feet to get away from two St Mirren players, and then it's helped to Jefte, who's turning on the pace down the left-hand side towards the left corner of the box, but he's overrun it, and then Gogic goes in with a good tackle, and St Mirren look to counter here, and it's fired up, but it was a poor ball. Mandron had peeled out, but straight to Casanwiro, and now Tavernier gives it to Czerny. Ross McCausland is going to be introduced shortly, but for Rangers, as Boyd Munce intercepts that Rangers pass and then gives it to Mandron in the Rangers half. Poor pass that Czerny picks off comfortably and gives it to Dessers and Tavernier, and both sides just a bit slack at the moment.
Yeah, it's got a bit scrappy the last couple of minutes.
Casanwiro square to Leon Balogun. You're listening to Sports Sound, BBC Radio Scotland Extra on digital, online, 810 medium wave as
Get
Gogic
up you, man.
charges into Dessers. A little bit of a coming together, and then the game is stopped and Dessers goes down, and this will be the chance for Rangers to introduce Ross McCausland. But
Dessers goes down so easily, so often. Every time he's touched, he's on the ground. It's infuriating to watch. It really is.
Yeah, I need it. It's just encapsulated because he's not really done much apart from set up the goal, which was brilliant.
Well,
and
yeah.
That's what he's like as a player.
He is, yeah. I mean, I think recently he's looked a bit frustrated. His goals haven't been coming at a regular rate. His link-up play in the last couple of games that I watched wasn't good, but he's made the difference today. Very, very important contribution for a very important goal.
And the scorer of that goal is being replaced. Václav Czerny applauds the Ibrox crowd who return the favour, and Ross McCausland is on, and Václav Czerny looks like being the match winner again here at Ibrox for the second successive domestic home match after braces against St Johnstone FCSB. Didn't score last week against Kilmarnock, of course, but he's hitting form certainly here at Ibrox. Balcom goes long, St Mirren goalkeeper, won by Rangers, and then it's flicked into Diamonde's path, and he's fizzed a pass into the path of Ross McCausland, right hand side of the box. Good skill from McCausland. He's onto the edge of the area, still going McCausland, and Charles Dunn gets there in the end and clears, and it bounces for Caelan Boyd Munce. He's overpowered by Dujon Sterling, or fouled as the referee.
Yeah, it's a poor decision from the referee. It wasn't a foul, just too strong for him there was Sterling. But St Mirren won't be complaining. A chance to launch this up towards the 18-yard line.
We're into the 90th minute. It is Rangers 2, St Mirren 1. Celtic 3 up at Motherwell. And that game in stoppage time. We're in the 90th minute here as Ellery Balcom, the St Mirren goalkeeper, lines up to smash this towards the Rangers box. St Mirren have big men up there. It's flicked on, and then it falls for Tavernier to just lash clear up well into the St Mirren half. And there's a Rangers player in a heap. I think it's Raskan in the box, and I think there's going to be a wee check here for potentially some foul play, or for something. There's going to be a check in the background, and it's now over for whatever it was for.
Yeah, I didn't see anything myself. I think Raskan got a wee bump in the head.
Liam Gordon's been sent off late on for Motherwell against Celtic, who are leading 3-0 and going back top of the Premiership. Rangers keeping pace at the moment if they can hold on here. And we've played the 90 minutes as it's run across this minute backline. McCausland goes across, slides in, and it breaks for Bayrami. Good work rate from McCausland. Here's Bayrami, finds Diamonde, or he tried to, but Charles Dunn intercepts and then strides forward. It's a poor touch, and Raskan collects. Raskan slips on the greasy surface as the rain pours down here at Ibrox. Rangers throw on this near side, and Rangers trying to find the goal that would seal this victory. And did you see how many minutes got flashed up there, Tomo?
I did not.
I've not.
Has it been up yet, the board?
No, by my calculation, we played 90 minutes, but I don't know if we both completely missed the
We may have done.
added time that's been added, so we're still playing. That's the main thing. Sliding challenge in by Adowo on Tavernier, another Rangers throw in line with the edge of the St Mirren box. Played 91 minutes here at Ibrox. The hosts leading by 2-1. Thrown to McCausland, who gets it back from Tavernier. McCausland going back towards his own goal under pressure. Casemiro, who lashes it forwards into St Mirren box, and there's hesitation there. Balcom comes and jumps and collects, and panic over from a St Mirren point of view. And will they get one last chance in this game to draw level for a second time?
They've struggled a wee bit, to create in the last, say, half an hour of the game. More often than not, it's just hopeful long balls they've been trying to get flick-ons from and things, but one wee chance is all they need.
And it's going to be a St Mirren throw over on the far side after Raskan's challenge. Nearly at 92 minutes. Throw in to St Mirren, and Killian Phillips is going to line this one up, fling it into the box, and Stephen Robinson screaming instructions as it comes in. It drops for Jefty to half clear, back to Phillips, and then Gogic, who scoops it forwards. And there's Fraser making the run on the far side, but Raskan does really well to use his body to make sure it goes behind for the goal kick. And it is Rangers 2, St Mirren 1.
Yeah, Raskan did well to match the run of Fraser there. The ball just skipping through the surface, obviously very greasy now, following the rain. It looks as though it's just going to fizzle out for St Mirren.
Yeah, it does not look like there will be ending a run of 6 straight defeats here at Ibrox. And no win, of course, since 91. That wait will go on, certainly, as Butland backpedals and gets ready to take this goal kick. He's in no rush to do so, but smashes it long. Headed by Fraser to Mandron, and his pass is out for a Rangers throw-in on the far side, and Rangers just easing the clock down here. 93 played, and Rangers close to getting the job done as Gogic again tosses with Dessers, who's appealing to the referee. Nothing given, and then it's forward, and Olasanya makes the run, but it's too far for him to go, and Butland controls, and then he'll wait for Olasanya to approach before picking the ball up. 2-1, 93 and a half minutes played at Ibrox.
St Mirren just looking for that ball over the top again there for Olasanya, but as the surface has got wet, it's just skipping through now. It has to be inch perfect when it wasn't.
And a straight ball, and Dessers goes after it. Welcome to listeners from FM who have been listening to Celtic against Motherwell. It's Rangers 2, St Mirren 1 here, and we're into the final seconds as McCausland plays it into Dessers, laid back to Raskan. Václav Černy's goal has Rangers in front after Diamonde and Gogic traded goals in the first half. Tavernier on the halfway line. The pass is blocked and out for a throw-in, and it must be near the full-time whistle now. Rangers inch towards a victory as some of the stands empty here at Ibrox. Tavernier throws in, or went to and then delays and then throws in. Dujon Sterling is there, but St Mirren win it, and it comes off Sterling, who's into the box, right-hand side, plays it across to Dessers, takes on the spin. Cyril Dessers deflected behind, and it'll be a corner kick to Rangers.
Yeah, it was slack from St Mirren. Ball comes to Dessers, he spins onto his left foot. Gogic does really well to react and get the block in just as he was pulling the trigger, but behind for a corner. Rangers in no hurry to take.
Nedin Barami walks across, applauds the support, and gets applause in return. Rangers inching towards a critical victory here. Stephen Robinson prowling the touchline down in front of us. The side have been much improved, but it looks like they're going to leave Govan with nothing. McCausland touch down the left, driving forward. It deflects into the path of Adowu, but Rangers have it back, and they're threatening down the left, through by Rame, gets the touchline, pulls it back, then McCausland helps it across, it falls for Dessers, deflected away. That was goal bound, and then Phillips hoofs it up the park, and I think it's a goal kick. Has it been?
I don't know whether the ball went out on the byline.
Late call anyway from the officials, but St Mirren ball.
This is kind of it for St Mirren now, you think. You've got to get the ball forward here and just try and get a flick on or something.
We are about to hit 96 minutes here at Ibrox. Rangers leading 2-1. St Mirren shell it up the park, but it's won by Rangers, and Dessers is onto it. Dessers at the edge of the box. It's Cyril Dessers to wrap up. He goes round the keeper, falls over. Rangers fans scream for a penalty. McCausland on the follow-up, and it's onto the roof of the net. And it's being checked for a potential penalty. We'll see what the verdict is on that. Dessers is adamant.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's got to hit the ball earlier. He then tries to take it round Balcombe. It looked to me like Balcombe maybe got a touch on the ball, but again, we don't have monitors, so it's very difficult. VAR is obviously checking it here. Dessers seems convinced that it was a foul.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to see from where we are.
Yeah.
If there is contact, for me, it's probably slight, but
yeah. Well, it's whether or not Balcombe touches the ball when he comes out. But I think Dessers probably should have hit the ball earlier anyway. It opened up for him. Just slide it past the goalkeeper. He tries to go round.
And the check is complete, and there is no penalty. So
well, it goes down as a bad miss then from Dessers. There's the final whistle.
Final whistle, and Rangers get the job done. And no more, you would have to say. Far from a polished performance here at Ibrox, but they start a huge week for the club with a big 3 points to keep pace with Celtic and Aberdeen at the top of the Scottish Premiership. But they were made to work by a much improved St Mirren, who started the game the brighter, should have been ahead when Toyosi Olasanya went in behind. He put it past the post. Rangers took the lead against a run of play when Raskar's deflected shot was saved by Balcombe and Diamondi knocked it in. St Mirren did get back level before the break. O'Hara's corner planted into the bottom corner by the head of Alex Gogic. And Rangers in the second half, they did create a few more chances, in fairness, and Václav Černý continued his fine form here at Ibrox with his 5th goal at this stadium in his last 3 appearances. And you have to credit Cyril Dessers in the build-up. He went down the left-hand side, surged to the byline, held off the defender and pulled it back for Černý to finish from close range, and in the end that was the difference. St Mirren weren't quite as creative up the other end of the park in the second half as they were in the first, but they did have a couple of chances. Olasanya robbed Proper, who had another difficult afternoon and was replaced, and it was a near post effort which he would have done well to score with, and Butland saved it at the front post. And there was another from McMenamin that he curled over, and then McMenamin, making his first appearance of the season, got in down the right and laid one across which was cut out by Balogun. But the St Mirren players go to applaud the away fans. Their wait for a win here at Ibrox will go on. 1991, the last time they emerged from Govan with a victory. Rangers go to the emptying stands to say their thanks to the supporters. There wasn't a huge amount to shout about for the men in blue today, but at the start of a huge week, they have got the job done, and that is what matters amid a congested schedule. So, full time here at Ibrox, Rangers 2, St Mirren 1.
The Scottish Premiership.